Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this special edition of Drive Time in Prime Time. We are here with you on this Groundhog Day. If you haven't watched the Groundhog movie yet, featuring Bill Murray, one of the all-time great comedies, we watched that before we came on the air. Really good stuff. Love that movie. And also want to give a quick shout out to Coach Powell from Pretenders and Contenders that just wrapped up a really good show. If you got any kid that's close to the college age of needing some information on how to go through that process, that was a lot of gold given in that interview. So check it out later, or if you checked us out live. We're glad that you stayed with us for the second half of this, and we are going to get you ready for everything to deal with the Olympics. So let me real quick go around the horn here, because I want to first thank the correspondent for jumping on very last second to fill in for KG, who ended up not being able to make the show. So he's hanging out with us for this first little bit to show off his hockey knowledge of pronouncing names, right, correspondent?
There we go. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Happy to call for the bullpen. I'm ready for you. Let's do this.
Yes, I like it. And the gentleman Jack is also going to be participating in our game that's going to be starting us off. So he's up there in the corner here. And then, of course, joined by my lovely co-host, the Scooter, Rivette, and Showtime Sarah. How are you two doing today?
Wonderful.
We appreciate everybody being here. So, of course, we'll put that up there. He already beat me to it, but that's going to be my next little screen. So they're making sure I stay on point here, so which I like. All right. So, of course, you can watch us live on YouTube, Facebook, and now 24/7 on there, which is even the best part. But you can also listen to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast, Podbean, and Castbox. So, like I always say, you can listen to Drive Time while you're driving. It's just great stuff now. So, let's get into the show here, folks. So I do want to go over a couple of little quick hockey tidbits before we get into the hockey, before we get into the Olympic hockey stuff, because the NHL is still making news. First and foremost, the rosters are frozen at Wednesday. So on Wednesday, any trades that are going to happen either later tonight or probably tomorrow, maybe Wednesday morning. But the rosters are frozen for the Olympics on Wednesday. So that's going to be a big one. There was a small minor deal. The Islanders get Andre Palat for Maxim Tisplakov, a younger kid, and they also got some picks too. So this is the Islanders trying to get a little bit more depth in their roster. Not a big move, would you agree, Scooter? It's not the earth-shattering ones yet, where everyone's waiting for the Panarin shoe to fall, but it's a move so far.
Yeah, that was a salary dump move, because both players have 2 years left. One player is making something like $2.5 million. Palat's making $6 million, and they each have through next year. So they're getting rid, and that's why they handed the Islanders 2 draft picks as well. So, and they just got the 27-year-old second year player of the NHL. So,
yep, exactly, the good old one. Sarah, any thoughts on this one at all?
Like you said, not very big news. But I mean, is still a very good player. And I think the Islanders just kind of doing their make or break it. They're third in the Metro right now. I think they mean business about this, and they're trying to get everything right to make sure that the stretch going into the playoffs in April is going to be clean.
I agree with that 100%. And then the bigger news probably came out today that Barry Trotz, ex Caps coach, and went back. It was the coach for Nashville before this. He is now going to step down from his GM role at the end of this season. Nothing health related. I just think he cares a lot about that organization, and then where he was trying to take them clearly has not worked these last 2 years. So I think instead of them having to fire him, I think he is doing the right thing and is just going to announce that he can step aside so Nashville can make other changes on that. But sorry for Barry, because he's a good guy. He's one of the good guys in the NHL, but it just has not worked out for him as the GM.
Yeah, Trotz has been. He's like second or third all time in wins in the NHL. He's been around forever. Of course, he's a general manager now. The one thing that this shows is that the owner of the Predators, his name is Bill Haslam. He may sound familiar. There's a guy named Haslam that owns the Browns. That's his brother. Two totally different types of people. So, like the guy who owns the Predators, he used to be the governor of Tennessee. And this guy is really like, this is the Browns. They would have already fired. they would have already fired Trotz. Haslam's like really allowing him to be a real big part of this, and they're going to keep him on through next year too. So it's really nice.
That is a true statement. Sarah, what you got on Barry Trotz leaving Nashville?
I mean, not much to say. Nashville's kind of been in a little klutz for the past couple of years, especially ever since I think it was the 2020 weird playoffs that was when they last made it. But they're rebuilding. I mean, if they think it relates to the GM, then so be it. Just it happens. I'm sure he'll find another place though.
Yeah, if he wants to. I don't
I
know.
was
He
thinking
might
the
be
place
done.
supposed to be the Predators.
Yeah, he might be done. I think he might just be done if he wants to be done, which I'm fine with. I mean, he's had a good long career. So, and then last night, I'm going to go kind of in reverse order on the Stadium Series. I'm not going to bring up the Jose Can You Sing, but there was a Stadium Series game last night. So we did have an anthem from Hunter Hayes. It's our 7th lowest score all time. It was not good at all. Just very slow, and then he would try to do these weird runs, and he was very nasally. Didn't like it at all. But that's my only critique of the Stadium Series is the anthem, because I think Tampa Bay nailed it right from the start. New England came in full-on Patriot outfits. Or the Boston Bruins came in and to respect the Patriots. They came on in full Patriot outfits. Tampa Bay came out with the full Tampa outfit, like they wore the orange creamsicle jerseys. They had helmets on. They had the football pants. They had it looking like a treasure map. So they really knocked the whole pirate theme out of the park. So I give them credit for that. And then we had a goalie fight. We hadn't had a goalie fight for 6 years in the NHL, and now we've had 2 of them within a span of about 2 weeks. So last night was Vazzy against Swayman, and Vazzy definitely won this one. And ironically, after he won the fight, which Boston was up in that game 5-2, Tampa Bay comes back and wins it in the shootout 6-5. So as much grief as we gave the NHL on the Winter Classic, you have to give them props for last night, because the Stadium Series might be getting better than the Winter Classic. I think they've got more leeway with these Stadium Series games, and it seems to be showing, because Columbus last year knocked it out of the park. Before that, down in Texas, they did a really good job. And, of course, the one in Raleigh was also equally good, too. So, Scooter, what are your thoughts on the Stadium Series last night?
Well, I mean, you're talking about the way that they came in. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning came in as Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were led by Baker Mayfield. He actually led them. And when you see the Bruins are dressed like Patriots, they weren't like for New England. They were dressed like actual American Patriots back in 1776, which was great. And then my favorite part was Cooper, the head coach, and his assistants for the Lightning. They were all dressed like Tony Montana and Scarface.
Yes.
And there's a scene where he's arguing with the ref, and the ref must be looking at him like, I can't take you serious, dude, with that hat on. So you check out some of the videos and the pictures of it. It's fantastic. Then the fight was great, and the comeback was just epic. So it was a show.
Great stuff. Agreed. Sarah, what are your thoughts on it?
Fortunately, didn't get to watching it. Obviously, saw some of the clips. Of course, the Goldie fight clip. But it was an electric game for sure. Wasn't really sure how it would play out after the Winter Classic. But I mean, it was not 1 second shy of entertainment around the corner at all. I had doubt because we ranked the jerseys earlier, and it wasn't, the jerseys weren't great.
Jerseys weren't good, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the Stadium Series, it was good. It was good. One of my friends is a Bruins fan, and then just seeing the group chat throughout the game being like, oh yeah, we're good, and then oh my god, what's going on, because they choked a 5-1 lead, which is absolutely insane. Although I don't have much room to talk because the Carolina Hurricanes are doing that. So
hey, we still won in overtime yesterday.
We still did win it, yes. But
correspondent, did you see any of the Stadium Series game at all?
I saw a little bit of it, but if I could, I just wanted to go back to Trotz really quick, if if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I felt like he just got a raw deal in Washington. The way he won that championship, and then he kind of got forced out, and then us as Caps fans got stuck with, was it Reardon? Was that the guy's name? That was here for a year or two, and really, I mean, the franchise had some down years when it really didn't have to. So, any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on just the way Trotz left here? It was awkward, right?
I've always thought that he got a kind of a raw deal when he got forced out for there, but it is. I don't know the behind the scenes stuff. It seems like maybe he wanted a little bit more control than maybe what the Caps were willing on giving him. So that's when he left and went to, I think he went to the Islanders, and then he went back to Nashville after that. And it didn't go well for him in New York either, in Long Island. So, but yeah, no, you're 100% right. He did not get the contract like he probably should have from Washington. But
and that was an ongoing thing the whole year. And there is like the secret going into that playoffs and the Stanley Cup was that this is it for Trotz. He's not coming back. And so it was a secret going on. And Trotz knew he wasn't coming back because he felt that too. He wanted that long deal. He wanted more money. And, Ted Leonsis is just like, oh, no, we got Ovechkin. So it was kind of ridiculous what he did to Trotz. Amazing coach.
Agree. Gentleman Jack, any thoughts on any of that? You're on mute if you do.
Yeah, I'm on mute, but I just spilled shit all over my floor. Okay. Darn it.
All right. Well,
I'm good.
You get that.
No.
Okay.
No. You know I like a goalie fight because I texted you a couple weeks ago when I saw that goalie fight. I'm like, does this happen often? And you're like, man, it's been the first one in many years.
And then we get two.
To see it again, I'm like, yeah. And then during that Stadium Classic the other day, I saw when they came out in them football uniforms. I'm like, hold on. They're supposed to be playing hockey. And then it clicked what they were doing. I was like, this is wild. So, yeah, I sometimes watch hockey at the right time, but I have admitted in the past I'm a playoff hockey fan. Pretty much only because I feel that's the best hockey you're going to find. But Olympic hockey can be damn good too.
We're gonna get into that more as you. Yep. Where's he going? That's the $1 million question.
Any thoughts on what might be a good fit for him?
I think Florida is probably the best fit. The problem Florida has is they don't have the cap space. So either he's going to have to not accept, and he's not going to have to not accept an extension, which it seems like his agents are wanting him to get a 3-year contract out of this. The problem is though, he's 34. They're the agent wants a 4-year, like $15 million a year contract. I think he's going to I think most of these teams are looking for more 3 years, 10 to 12 mil. Carolina's a big name. Colorado's another one, and Anaheim, because Anaheim wants him, but same thing, Anaheim doesn't have the cap space. So there's teams that he's going to go somewhere because the Rangers have basically not played him since this news. So he's definitely going somewhere. It's just a question of where.
6 to 8 teams.
Yeah. 6
but he's going somewhere. You're right. Yeah. He's a match anywhere that can afford him. And if Florida wants him, they can't afford him, they can move players and stuff to get him if they want to.
And correspondent, I know you're a huge golf guy. If you go back I'm sure you can find on YouTube, go back to the one in Raleigh when the Carolina Hurricanes came out to honor Payne Stewart and from the Pinehurst U.S. Open. They all came out with their golf, the knickerbockers on like Payne Stewart used to wear.
And the Kangol hats and everything.
Yeah. So it was a nice little tribute that they gave to Payne Stewart, and I think you'd probably appreciate that. So a couple quick comments here from Anthony checking in. Can you guys explain why the Winter Classic was horrendous, but the Stadium Series in game looked better produced? Because I think it's just that. I think the Winter Classic is the NHL. The NHL controls all of these. Honestly, they control all the production of these events. We found that out with the Raleigh one from talking to a few guys that I knew, from that area. But I think they have more leeway with the Stadium Series than they do the Winter Classic. So I think that's why these Stadium Series games are getting the better vibe feel, just because of that. That's the only thing I can think of it. The goalie fight I remember was Ken Dryden and Eddie the Eagle Belford. I don't think that those two ever fought each other because they were different time frames, but Eddie the Eagle definitely got into a fight. Now, a goalie you would not want to fight back in the day was Billy Smith, because that dude was just flat out crazy for sure.
Yes.
Let's see here. Then they also talking about Panarin. They could set Evan Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean, Rodriguez would definitely free up some cap space to make the move, and that could happen. Like, look, Bill Zito, if he can figure out a way to get Panarin on that roster and the Florida needs him, that's going to happen, I think. But we'll save that for another show, another time. We do have the Olympics again too. So our Olympic segue is on Netflix. Last Friday premiered The Miracle, Boys of 80. You guys all know how much I love the movie Miracle. This documentary was fantastic. If you aren't sure or weren't really know what happened during the 1980s, every living player that's still with us took part in this documentary. They also had Herb Brooks's 2 kids, in part of this documentary. Al Michaels was part of it, talking about the call and, his emotions even going up to that game and being the announcer of it and kind of his perspective of it. Just chef's kiss to Netflix. It was beautifully done. It was better than I could have imagined. So if you want to see anything about that 1980 Miracle on Ice, that's a great starting point now, because Disney, the Miracle's great, but look, there's still things that Disney did with that didn't really happen for the sense of making a movie. This is straight out. This is what was going on. This is what happened. And it's the player's perspective, and watching them watch the moments back, and you see them tearing up, all sitting there together. Oh, that got me for sure. So, Scooter, have you seen it yet?
No, I can't wait to see it. And I'm just wondering if they have actual video of Herb Brooks swearing his head off, because the one thing Miracle does, I mean, they get him getting mad and upset, but he was an F-bomb dropper like no one's dropped F-bombs in F-bomb history.
Well, actually, what's funny that you say that, because they talked about that in the documentary. Because before the Finland game, his famous quote from that is, he just walks in and all he says is, "If you lose this game, you'll take it to your fucking grave."
Yeah.
But what the players actually said is that he did swear a lot, but he never used the F word, and that was the only time that they've ever heard him use the F word.
That's good.
So they actually did talk about that, the fact that here he was, and so that's how they knew to take it like even that more seriously, because like, whoa, like he never uses that word, So it was kind of funny that they talked about.
See, that's a new one. That's what these are about.
Most of them are still alive. There's 5 or 6 of them, I think, that passed on, and of course, unfortunately, Herbie passed on, which so that was definitely part of that. So, any of you guys, other guys, got anything you want to throw in on the documentary? If any of you guys have seen it yet?
I watched like the first 15 minutes traveling, so it's pretty riveting to see them all sitting on the bench there, and that's just kind of where I had to stop watching. But
yeah, I got the goosebumps just from watching them all walk out there on that and seeing that rink together. That was crazy stuff. But all right, I've held you 2 captive long enough through a hockey segment, so we are going to get into our Olympic stuff now. But before we even get into that, it's time to play America's famous, fastest growing game show. Name that Olympic hockey player, and our contestants are going to be the Gentleman Jack and the correspondent. See, Gentleman Jack, I've got your logo up just for you to give your show a little plug for you. Like, since you agreed to come on to the show, I want to help you out with a little plug there. You're on mute.
I got a little cough today, so I'm trying to mute it out. I did cough earlier, and I apologize.
Yeah, you're fine, buddy.
It stinks, but yeah, the logo matches. Look at me.
I know, just for you. And then, like I said, filling in last second for us is the correspondent. He's becoming our golf guru, and a NASCAR guru too, which fills in right there with Scooter. So I know you guys can talk NASCAR anytime. So, neither one of you guys are hockey guys, so that's why we wanted to do this. It's going to be a funny little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you 5 names. If you get it somewhat, and our judges are going to be Showtime, Sarah, and Scooter. They're the judges. If you get it somewhat close but not all the way, you're going to get a half a point. If you nail it right, you're going to get a whole point. Now, what we're going to do is for the first one, if I'm going to let the Gentleman Jack pick if he wants to go first and he just tries it, or if he wants to go second, because the person that goes second, maybe you got advantage if you think the first person got it right. But maybe he screwed it up and you don't know that he screwed it up. So maybe it isn't an advantage, So we'll see how this plays out. We won't know which way it's going to be as far as, who's going to have the advantages of going first or not. So with that being said, this is just kind of like a little trial, Warren. Okay. So this is one here. Can you guys see the name okay? Or you guys need me to put it up as a banner?
I'm good. You good, Keith?
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right. So this is just for fun. This one doesn't count for any points or anything like that. So the Gentleman Jack, name this player.
Come on. I think we might get this one. Give us a chance. I think it's Sebastian Aho.
Okay. Correspondent.
Says, I think.
I'm going to say Sebastian Aho.
Okay. The Gentleman Jack would be correct on this one. It is Sebastian Aho.
I've heard that name. I'm just lucky there, Keith.
In Washington, we like to refer to him as a-hole.
Yes.
That's because he's good.
Right. He plays for the Carolina Hurricanes, but he's also on Team Finland this year and probably going to be one of the leaders with Barkov out for Finland. So he's going to probably play a pretty bad. Anthony's suggesting you go last, Jack.
Oh, Anthony, you just wait. I gotta be
all right. So
But
the gentleman.
wait.
So
I get tiebreaker if we tie. That's the tiebreaker. I won that.
oh no, we got. Don't you worry. I got a tiebreaker one for you just in case. I came prepared. So all right. So since you got.
Hold up.
Yep.
Jack and correspondent, you do know that there's 2 Sebastian Ahos.
Oh, I didn't
Nope.
go into that one.
Yeah,
No.
I don't even think
There's
the
2
other one
guys-
plays for. The other one doesn't even play for Finland. I think he plays for, or I think he
He's
doesn't. He's not even
Swedish.
on the Olympic team, but I think he's
What?
Swedish.
He's Swedish. Yes.
Yeah,
There's-
so there's
there's-
2 Sebastian Ahos from different nationalities.
Oh, then I get
They play for
double
different
points.
teams.
for
The other
that.
Sebastian Aho plays, I think, for the Islanders.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vic checking in, liking your
What's up, Vic?
a-hole line, Scooter. So you like that one. All right. So Jack, since you got the warm-up question right, do you want to go
One question.
first or second?
One
Yes.
question.
Yes,
if
sir.
if he goes and I think he has it right, do I just say
You can-
what I think is
You
right?
can just repeat it. You still get the point. Correct.
Okay.
You'll still get a point if you think he got it
probably
right and
won't
you
do
want to
that,
roll with it, just in case. All right. So
Good question.
Jack, do you want to go first or second for this first one?
Well,
Since you
After the comment the correspondent just made, I'm going to go like my NFL counterparts and defer.
you're going to defer. Okay. All right. So correspondent,
Yeah.
you were up first.
Kyle
Yeah.
Shanahan. there.
Strategy.
All right, here's your first name, correspondent. This one counts. This one's for real.
All right, I'm going to go with Mikko Rantanen.
Okay. Jack?
I'm going to say Maiko Rantanen.
Oh, interesting. It is Mikko. You guys both had Rantanen correctly, but it is Mikko. Nicknamed the Moose, he's in controversy last year because he was first with the Colorado Avalanche, got traded to the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina could not sign to a long-term
Bless
deal,
you.
so then he went off to Dallas, who then signed him. So he's a little bit of a feisty player. He's had some troubles this year with some questionable hits, but he's definitely going to be leading Finland. So Mikko Rantanen is correctly. So the
He had a big
correspondent,
5-goal
you
game.
get the point. Now, Scooter and Showtime, you have to decide. Was the gentleman Jack close enough for half a point?
No, I mean for me the last name is perfect. The first name is absolutely not. Sorry.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I subscribe
Hey,
to this message.
I'm just the host, so I got to confirm. So the
I
score.
agree.
So the score is officially 1-0 correspondent. Correct? That's what we're saying. All
Of
right.
course, thought it was perfect.
Jack,
I
to help
agree.
you out, this is one of the players that I hate.
Now, I will give you 1 point for that later, but for right now, we have to do this here. So give me 1 second here, because it's only fair that we do have a rolling scoreboard with this here. So let me get that added in there.
Sure.
And there it is. All right, so there's our. I know I misspelled your name. I'll correct it when we get to the second
That's
one.
right.
So I was
How did
typing
you
fast.
even
I'm like,
manage that?
You're like
I
a planet of Star Wars.
Sir, you can go. Sir, you go. Sir, you go
Correspondent.
and fix it while I do the second one. You can go in there and fix it for me.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
So correspondent, you got that one correct. So do you want to go first or do you want to go second for question number 2?
I'm going to go second.
Second. Vic chiming in on Scooter being a tough judge.
I the name is wrong. I didn't get the name right.
All right. So the correspondent wants to go second on this one. So here you go. The gentleman Jack, here's your player's name. You get to go first.
Oh, Lord.
When I picked this one, Scooter loved it because even Scooter admitted that it took him about 5 years to be able to pronounce this name correctly.
Okay. This is Micah Zimbanyad. Zimbanyad.
Correspondent.
I'm going to agree with them.
Oh, that's bad news for everyone. That is not
Oh.
correct. It is Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad is the
Zibanejad.
correct way to pronounce
Now
it.
it is funny. You are correct, Matty Ice. However, you could say now it's not his name, but it could be said Zibanejad.
Yes.
It's true.
The J, I knew the
could.
J turned
Yeah,
into
it's true,
another
but
letter.
That is not
An
how
H
his name is
or
pronounced.
Y.
Correct.
I-
That's not
I
how
used
his
the
name is
J as a
pronounced.
Y instead of an H. Damn.
And he plays for Sweden. He is definitely going to be a big part. He plays also for the Rangers. He's had a little bit of an interesting year too. So Sarah, so our score. So I think if we're all in agreement, there's no half points there for either one of those. Is that correct? Are we sticking with both of them? Got that wrong?
Correct.
Oh, this is great. Vic says, "Name man, not even close." All right,
Come on, Vic, you're supposed to be on my side, Vic. I'll take your hat down. I will take that. Clayton,
So since
you see it?
neither one got that one right, correspondent, you still have control of the board. So do you still want to go first, or do you still want to go second, or do you want to go first?
I'm going to go second.
You're still going to go second. All right.
Scaredy cat.
Here's number three. Here's number three.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a tough one.
All right. Jari Jesus Christ. Jari Slavkovsky. Jari.
Is that your final answer? Okay. Correspondent?
Say the same.
I'm going to go with Uriah Slakovsky.
Judges? Scooter, you want to give it to him, the official?
Well, I mean, the correspondent was actually pretty close.
He was.
I mean, and that first name is, I mean, I think they both get the Slavkovsky, but it's
Right.
Urine. Like, yeah,
Urine?
Like
Mhm.
urine.
Yuri.
Oh, boy.
Just think of
Almost
like
like Yuri.
Yuri. So urine.
Yeah, like Yuri Curry almost is how he goes with, but it's just spelled differently. So Anthony says close enough, Jack. All right, so judges, what's the official count? The official point count there? Are we giving them a half point? Are we giving them both a half point? Is that what I'm hearing, or
Both half point.
I'll do
That's a half point
I'll
for
do
Jack.
half points for both. I mean, that's a tough one.
all right? So the judges have come down and allowed a half point for both of you guys. So that makes it 1.5 to a half point. So since it's another split one there, that still means the correspondent still has control of the board and still has the option to go first or second.
Going to stay with second.
Staying with second for player number 4.
If there wasn't a woman in this room, I would call you a certain word, Keith.
I'm 21. I've
Yeah.
heard words.
And she's
I
probably heard
won't
me.
say that in front of my own daughter, so I'm not going to say it in front of somebody else's.
And she's
Why, he's
probably
the
heard me
gentleman.
say it too. That's why he's the gentleman. That's right. So
I get the name
all right.
honestly. Jesus,
I
man,
probably
come
said it.
on, these consonants. Okay. Is the first letter a G or a C of the last name?
Oh, the last name, it is a G.
Okay, got you.
Midnight Rider
Okay,
checking
we're
in
gonna
here
go,
saying the defer is key.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna say Zemgus Gergensen.
Okay.
That's what I got.
I'm going to go
Correspondent.
Zemgus Gergensons.
Gergensons. Okay.
Ooh,
Scooter.
I mean, so the gentleman got the last name correct, and the correspondent got the first name correct. But the gentleman was actually a lot closer. With he said Zemgus,
Uh-huh.
like there was an I in there.
Zemgus.
Yep.
Like that could have been the way I was hearing it. So I'm
Okay.
going to go with the gentleman gets it because the Zemgus. I'm going to go with that
A full
Okay.
point.
full point.
Full point. Does the
Ooh.
correspondent get a half point, or is he for being close?
The last
not.
name is a little different. I'll give him a half point.
Okay. So Jack
I'll
gets a
take what I
full
can get.
point, correspondent gets a half point, but for the last one, now the gentleman Jack has control of the board for the last one. So do you want to go first, or are you deferring for second for the big last one?
You know where I'm
Going
going.
second.
Go, Keith. After you,
I-
my man.
And I think this could be key because this last one I picked out was just for you guys, okay? Just for you guys to really have some fun. Here it
Get
is.
some glasses on for this one. On glasses. Oh my God. That ain't somebody's name.
Yeah.
That's like
probably
my
gonna be the
stuttering
starting
cousin
goalie for
trying to
Finland.
ask for a sandwich.
Yeah, it's another Star Wars character.
You like that?
It was a bounty hunter. With Boba
All right, you ready?
All right, correspondent, go for it.
Ukko Pekka Luukkonen.
Okay. Gentleman Jack.
God, I can't. If I say same thing, then it's a wash. I lose. So
That's correct.
I gotta say something
right.
different and hope it's right.
Oh.
I'm gonna go.
Do I hold on? Do I give him a little? Do I tell him how much of that the correspondent got right, or do we just let him go so that way he knows where maybe he could try to go different in?
Yeah,
Well, you're gonna get an inquiry. I'm gonna go to the booth review if you do that.
Yeah, I don't think I deserve
Okay.
edge
All right,
over
then.
Keith.
You'll have to see.
I'm gonna go with the Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. I don't know if that's how Keith said it, but Luukkonen is how that last name is said. Let's go. Watch it be Luukkonen. Yeah, I'm going Luukkonen, not Luukkonen. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. What we got?
You should have changed it. You actually had it 100% correct because the correspondent got the first name slightly wrong, but you had pronounced it correctly because he said I think correspondent you said Uka. I think you pronounced the hard O and it's a soft one. Yeah. So he said Uko. You had Uka. You had that right, but you changed the last name and got it wrong because everything else that was the only one that he got wrong was the first part of the first name. So it's
Damned
it's
if you do.
You know,
Yeah,
all
if
those
you don't.
people with those two Ks together.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
this is the actual player saying his name. Hold on, let me see if I can get it.
Luukkonen. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Wow.
Look at Sarah giving us a little feature.
We
I like
didn't
it.
sound bad
like
then
that.
on that one.
No, it wasn't
But
too bad. So Scooter, what's
I went
the
for the
what's
win.
the verdict on that? Yeah, you got to go for the win.
I mean, the correspondent got the one, and I'll give the gentleman a half.
All right. So
I
you
know
get
that
the-
doesn't help.
so that means the correspondent's going to win, but just for fun, I'll give you this is the tiebreaker one. Just for this now, just for fun.
Sure.
So
Oh, shit.
so since the correspondent's officially the winner, but this one's just for fun now again. So see, Jack, you go first on this one because it doesn't really matter.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's got to be Eetu Luostarinen. Luostarinen.
It's right next to
Correspondent.
Husky.
I'm gonna go E2 Losterian.
Oh, it's a shame
I
for
like
you. The
that.
tiebreaker round didn't count.
I like that one. Did you
You're-
say
you're
it
pretty-
right?
He's very, very close. Sterling, you got it. So
Yeah,
That was
as
a
he
good-
said it.
good times, guys. All right, so you guys were very good sports on this. I definitely appreciate you doing that. So, gentleman Jack, I'll let you give your first little plug here. Who you got coming up this Wednesday on the passenger seat?
Man, yeah, Keith's going to be with me Wednesday. We got former Lou Groza Award winner and former University of Maryland place kicker Brad Craddock coming on the show, man. It's I've been waiting for this interview for quite some time. It's been postponed, and just communicating with the guy has been so fun. I believe, I still haven't even pulled my homework up yet on this. Australia is where he's from, I believe, and he's always calling me mate.
Always calling you Nate. That's
Mate, M-A-T-E.
mate. Oh, mate. Okay.
Yeah, he's like my good mate. My good mate's wife passed away. That was the reason we had to postpone. So God bless his
Sorry to hear that.
best friend, and hope everybody's
Yeah,
getting
he's
through that
awesome.
tough time.
Okay, but
Midnight
does he
Mass
say
Music.
crikey?
Huh?
Crikey, you know? Crikey.
Like-
No,
Like
I'm not sure. I'm gonna ask him in like 10 minutes before the show so we can really pick his brain because
When did he kick with Maryland?
90. I think it was 98, wasn't it, Keith?
Okay,
98,
well, because-
96.
Yeah, one of my high school buddies, he was on my football team. He was our kicker. He went to Maryland for like one season, and he kicked in like 7 games or something like that. And it was probably
Yeah.
90.
2012. He was there from 2012 to 2015.
Okay.
Oh, that late.
Yeah.
Them college teams, they hold 6 or 7 kickers.
So never
I
mind. He
got a
wouldn't move
friend-
Kenny.
I got a friend that was a kicker at Clemson, and he only kicked 2 field goals in 5 years. So
It's true.
Midnight was asking how come I didn't play music because I'm afraid to play music. I don't want the show to. I don't want this show to get put in YouTube jail or Facebook jail where then nobody gets to see it. So I wasn't taking any chances. Anthony checking in. The Russian players that you guys had, one of the names that the two J's are signed the first day turns into Y, and that wasn't even a Russian name. That was a Slovakian. So good stuff all for sure. So I appreciate you guys jumping in. If you guys want to hang out through some of this, you guys are welcome to. But I appreciate you guys jumping in, to do the game with us to get us ready for the Olympic Games. And as the great what's his name from the SNL bit. That Billy Crystal, it's better to look good than to feel good. Well, that's what this next section is all about, because we're going to rate Fernando. That's it. Thank you. So we're going to give you our jersey rankings. So this is how it works, because how these guys look is important. So you have Showtime Sarah, you have Scooter, Paul, Little Vic, and Jeff Nail. All of us gave our ratings. The top one got a 1, the lowest one got the 13. So the goal is to actually have the lowest point total of these jerseys. And what's interesting is only one country got 2 first place votes, and none of us had the same second. It is. Yeah, Teddy's having a little fun in the background there. So for sure.
Jam.
And then our top 10 was only separated by 13 points total. So it was really close after these last 3. So let's get into them here real quick. If I can get it to come up. The one that finished in 13th was France. And these are just, and you can see why. They are just ugly jerseys. They are terrible looking. They received the most last place votes, where 3 of us picked them dead last. And so they had 72 points. And again, this is kind of like a golf score. You want to be the lowest towards the golf. So, they had, these are not good at all. So these were dead last for sure, as it shows. Now 12th wasn't much better. That's our host team, Italy. Now, technically, Italy never revealed their jerseys, but if you go to their hockey store, this is what's showing up. So this is what basically everyone is using. But so this was 4 of the 6 of us had us in the bottom 3 for Italy. So it's just kind of, it looks like it'd be somebody that a biker would wear to me. Right?
Yes, you guys I like it. I just don't like the blue. The blue don't feel to fit Italy to me.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Scooter, Sarah, any thoughts on it?
Well, being a French American myself, I thought the French jersey looks as if it is a practice uniform. And,
right.
We just, it's practice.
Warm up.
Yeah, talking about practice. Not a game. Talking about practice.
And gentlemen, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think of it. I was trying to figure it all out. Yeah, I can see someone on a bike.
Yeah.
Like biking around, like the Tour de France, with a yellow hat, backwards.
I agree.
like the design on the arm sleeves, though. If it was a shirt I was just going to wear without the Italia on it.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
The blue.
And number 11. Now, this is only a team that's only playing on the ladies' side, which is Japan. So these, and again, this was another one that they never did a reveal, but this was their last jersey that they played in the last World Cup. So it seems like it's probably going to be very close to what they have. To me, it's basically France's jersey, but with I think a little bit better colors, because they went the black, red, and white. So I think it looks better, but not by much. So this was another solidly in the bottom 3 for sure.
I think I gave it a good vote. I probably should have given it as high as I did. And
you were higher than.
What did I even vote then? But I don't mind it so much. It's okay.
Yeah. So, and like I said, those 3 were the 3 that every one of us pretty much had somewhere really towards the bottom. Now, where you get to 10 through 1, this is where it starts getting a little bit of interesting. So number 10 is the Swiss. Jeff actually had them this was his first place jersey vote, was the Swiss.
Isn't that what they always do?
It's similar to what they've had in the past. They've always had the crust, but it's slightly different, but not much. But what's funny is Paul had them last. So we had one guy had it first, one guy had it last. The rest of us were kind of in the middle. So that's why they ended up 10. Scooter, Sarah, any thoughts on the Swiss jerseys? I'll just throw it out there if anyone has any.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the worst.
It's kind of neutral.
I do like it. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of neutral, right?
Yeah,
Switzerland, neutral.
Really?
Get it? Yeah.
Right. It's better than worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than
I'm actually closer to Jeff than I am to Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought about Japan. And it's like, I wasn't expecting anything flashy out of them anyway. I wouldn't.
Yeah. They won't be
So
around
just
long in the tournament
plain.
anyway, but we'll get to that here later. Number 9
Okay.
is Denmark. I actually think that these ones were pretty were sharp, but what hurt this one is that 3 of them had them in their top 3 or higher, and 2 of them had them in their bottom 3. So that ends up making them kind of in right there in the middle. So they end up being 9th overall for Denmark. But I think they're pretty sharp. I like the lion logo. I think it all looks pretty good. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's jumbled around. It kind of looks like a 1930s NHL jersey for like Montreal or something, and it's not. To me, it's not a good one.
Yeah. Sarah, any thoughts on it?
They were my middle ground. I mean, I like the logo personally. It's just like I think them and then why is the other one dipping on me? But there's another one that kind of has like the same idea of it. So like it's kind of it's not basic, but it's just you get
Look who's coming in here we'll let him come in when he's ready here.
We got visitors.
Who's
not
Midnight Rider's popping in here? Look at that.
Hey, man.
Welcome, sir.
Look at him.
What's going on, man? I figure you start talking jerseys. I think I'm one of the bigger jersey connoisseurs in the groom. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
probably.
saying.
let me in.
And any thoughts on these 9 through 13 so far you want to go back on, or
I didn't like the way y'all rated Japan, but that's only because y'all know black and red is one of my big color schemes. But the jersey does look terrible.
yeah, I agree with you. I like the colors are great, but
Right.
it's just if they, and who knows, they might surprise us with something
The
better.
white
for
one
sure.
is better than the black one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
me too.
All right, so that's number 9, Denmark. And then number 8, the Swedes always go. This is a classic. Like they
tight.
very rarely change it. It's the 3 kings. It's on every. It's what they do in every jersey. They pronounce them a little bit more. So again, this is another one that kind of was either really high or it was low. There was a tie with 36 points. The tiebreaker I use is who had the higher ratings, and Sweden had less higher ratings, so they end up being 8th. But there's a couple other jerseys that also had 36 points in here. So any thoughts on Sweden anyone wants to throw out there?
I had him right at 8.
Yeah, pretty much.
These look classic for Sweden. I
They
remember
are.
this being their look all this for most of the time. So yeah, that's about right so far.
Like you can see Peter Forsberg out there checking people into the boards wearing that jersey.
I like the blue one better than the yellow one.
Yeah, I agree.
But I
I've
like
always liked the
blue.
blue. The blue's a sharper one. I think the yellow's kind of interesting.
They were my
And then
number
we have, what?
Sweden
Was
was,
that
my
there?
number 4.
They were your number 4. I can see that. They're classic. If you like the classics, then they're going to rate high. Number 7. This was an interesting one. I thought Canada might score a little bit higher, but they end up 7th. 4 of the 6 of us had them between 6 and 9, so they're a little bit more consistent than Sweden. I think maybe it's just because the leaf flag is just so different looking. It's just not the classic
I
leaf,
like it.
but
It's a new leaf.
Oh, you
Turn
didn't
over a
catch
new
it?
leaf.
what? I didn't hear you. I was looking at. What do you say? What I miss?
I didn't say nothing. You said it.
What I say?
No. You said certain digits in the number.
Oh, 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
See,
I see now. See what's funny. I was even trying to avoid the what's the one that's going around right now. They always
6, 7. That
6,
see,
7,
okay,
yeah.
but you said 6 and 9, but like I still had to do it,
Okay. Yeah.
I think the jerseys are cool. I
like them.
like that silverish going on in the red jersey. I like that silver. It's kind of cool. It's kind of it's classy. And,
Yeah, like
a little change to the regular maple leaf. That's okay. I didn't rate him the perfect, but I gave him a 5.
yeah, and that's where most people had them between 6 and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna
It should be
Between 9
unless you got absolute fire from here on till 1. I think this should be a higher rated jersey.
Well, we'll see what you
I
think.
like it.
So, all right. So number 6 is Latvia. This was the first up of our 3-way tie with 34 points. They finished the lowest of them because they did not get any first place points. They did have a 10th and 9th, but 4 of us had them in our top 5, and that's which I like them. I thought this was a sharp jersey, but especially the red one.
Is
Guys,
that
I can't lie. I was the 9th place vote.
Yeah, that's like. What was that,
That's my
Scooter?
fault.
I was ninth.
Yeah, you two. I think you two were one of those, the two that on the bottom. The rest of us had them up towards the top.
My bad.
What
Hey.
is that on the shirt? Is it a crest or?
Yeah, that's like
what
their
is it?
crest. It's like their flag crest that's on the jersey. It's got the
Okay.
it's got like the sun, and then it's got the different lion and a lion, and I think a dragon in there too.
Looks like a
Just
30s
do it
football
for-
jersey.
Let's see here. Who we got here in the comments
Jersey
here.
from football back in the 30s
oh.
and 40s is what it
Vic
looks
was
like.
enjoying the 6-7, so there you go. Another enjoyer of the 6-7 comment. So that's number 6 there, Latvia. Number 5 is the Finns. Now it's somewhat to their same one, but they did go with a little bit bolder colors in the blue part of it, which some people liked, some people didn't. This was Sarah's first place vote. 2 of the 3 teams, and then they also got 2 10th place votes. So this is another one of those where we had a first place, 2/3, and a couple people had them in the bottom. So
Wait, who voted 10th? I'm gonna fight them.
I think I was one of them that
Scoop?
had Finland lowest. I just didn't. I don't
Bruh.
like it compared to. I don't like it compared to the classic Finnish jersey. I think it's a little
What's
too out there.
Is that the Lowenbrow guy on the? I
Kind of.
mean, what's the,
It does look like
Lowenbrow ain't
Lowenbrow.
from Finland,
in Germany.
right?
Lowenbrow is
Hey,
It does
Germany.
look like
Yes.
the Lone Bar Lion.
Yes.
It does
A
a
little
little
bit.
bit from my blurry eyes, but I like the blue one. I don't like. I'm not a fan of white shirts, and I'm wearing a white shirt. But yeah, me and white shirts don't get along.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
usually
what's
not a
the
fan of white
difference?
jerseys either. Midnight, what do you think of it?
Sting.
I think I got Canada in front of this. I think this would be.
Yeah,
I hate this. I don't want to do it because you know what I'm gonna say, and she's gonna do the motion. So just know that,
Somewhere in that range.
yeah, I had
Okay.
that in that range.
Okay. Number 4. Now this is one of the ones I really like, and Paul liked it too. This is Germany's jerseys. I like these. I think they're sharp. It's the crest. I like the colors. It kind of has old school Vancouver Canucks colors to them, which I like. So this was one of my more favorite ones, and it's number 4 on here.
I don't
Any-
like.
any-
Classic.
No,
Maybe it's, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks like a Trans Am emblem or a Ferrari emblem or something, like a dead bird.
They should all wear
That's what it-
cowboy hats.
Oh,
Yeah,
cowboy
yeah.
hat.
Spooky.
Hey, you only take that cowboy hat for one reason.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
They got cars in the back of that truck.
Too good. All
Yeah, I
right,
don't
so
like
that's
that
Germany.
jersey.
I don't mind the
Right.
German one, so I put them 5. Excuse me, I put them 6, just behind Canada because I think they're kind of decent jerseys. You know, they peak. They peaked.
Yep. I think that's a good spot for them.
I had that with
Number
8.
3
We haven't
is our,
seen US. There they are.
is our jersey. So this is a throwback to 1960-ish. The only thing that's kind of different is on the arms. They don't go all the way around. The USA thing is here, and then of course you got the Nike. But it's from 1960. Interesting, they did not have any of the first place votes, but 4 of the 6 had them in the top 5. No one had them lower than 9, so they got a very consistent score from everybody, and that ended up getting them in number 3, which is I think is about right. They're good. They're not the best, but they're good. It's a good. It's much better than what this shit was, and it's much better than last year's. You know,
Disagree.
so
Damn,
I like
cool.
that one.
you like this one?
I
See,
like that one when they did it in the Summer Olympics because I got the baseball hat that looks
Right.
like that with the
I think for
baseball.
the baseball
going through it.
team, this was fine. Just didn't like it for the hockey, but
Okay.
Yeah, I like this USA better on the picture.
Sorry.
Just because it looks more classic. It looks
Yep.
like it looks more like a 1980s, you know, the Living Miracles type of thing, as opposed to what you got going on your shirt.
yeah, this was 2000. I think this was 2012. I think that sounds about
Okay.
right. So,
That sounds about right.
Was it
Scooter,
the one
sir.
where we were doing the like you made me and my sister do like the camp out with the tents? Was that the
Maybe.
there's a picture where we're
Yeah.
watching the Winter Olympics. I think it's actually a hockey game, and we have a whole camp out session going on in the living room.
I was going to say, y'all live in Cleveland. You ain't camping out during no Winter
Okay,
Olympics.
no, well, this was when he was down in Raleigh, but
Okay.
Mrs.
I mean,
Bossman
hey,
checking in.
outside I survived a bomb cyclone. It's not exactly better right here, although it's not
Sure.
like Cleveland snow. It was like
No.
5
Gotcha.
inches. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
they still got like what, a foot on the ground.
Here, yeah, we
think
still
they
got
could have
6
got more creative with this jersey or sweater or whatever y'all call them. I like the stripes down at the waist. That's a little different, but I don't know. I want to see USA some way different on a shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
I
the
like
60s.
this one. I got it as number 2. I think it's really nice. I like the traditional throwback. And it would be number 1 if you look onto the shoulder patch and you bring that down a little bit farther. You make that the patch and the crest in the middle with the USA down there. That might that might catapult to number 1.
I agree. That was a miss on these
It
jerseys
does
for
look
sure.
good being Nike, though. I like Nike.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's number 3. Number 2 is Czechia. They went with this.
Ooh,
This one is the classic one. First place vote from Vic. 2 had them 8. Had at 8, or maybe would have been first place. So that's what hurt it. But this was another one that's kind of all over the place. But they did get the first place vote from Vic, and I liked them. They were in my top 3. I just like the look of the red, especially. It's classic, but yet they updated it a little bit. So this was number 2.
the numbers are fire. The numbers are hot.
I'm not a fan.
No,
You don't like the numbers? You don't like that?
I like the numbers. I like the style of the numbers.
Yeah.
I just don't like the. It's too busy almost.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I think I'd have this somewhere in the 8-9 range for me.
Okay. Scooter, Sarah.
I
had
like
them
this
at
one a
8,
lot.
so-
Sorry, Sarah, go ahead.
I just said I had them at 8, so
Okay.
it is.
I also have it at. Oh, sorry.
I swear I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Sorry. No, I have this one at 3. I got the Czech Republic at 3. I like them. I know what you mean about too busy. There's yellow, there's blue, there's a lot of different stuff going on, and I get that. And I don't think we understand what that stuff is. Maybe if they condense that a little bit, it would be better. That's why it's at 3. But again, just like the USA, I love the USA being the USA. But the Czech Republic with Czechoslovakia, both of my grandfathers finished World War II there on Victory in Europe Day. So God bless.
Yep.
And I kind of got a heart for Czech.
And that then leaves
Who's number
our
one?
number 1, which is
Wow.
Slovakia. This was the only jersey with 2 first place votes, which was from both Scooter and I. We both had these guys as number 1, and the lowest was 7. They've always had this logo, but what is different is the mountains kind of in the background of it, and that's what to me makes this bad boy pop. You got the blue mountain, in the background with the red, and then the white, or then on the white jersey you got the red. I love these jerseys. I think they are sweet. So yeah, that's why it's my number 1. Scooter, you agree? Because you also had him at 1.
I'm number 1. Normally I wouldn't go for a jersey like this, but it's just so cool. It works perfectly in the mountains in the back. It's one of those subliminal kind of things that you have the Slovakian shield in the front, and it's pretty cool. It's not busy, the shield, which allows something else to be a little busier. And instead of it just a regular stripe or a line, you actually have mountains in a red background it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Agree. Sarah?
They were my 6, but it is pretty. It is pretty. I love the colors.
Thank you.
Definitely match very well. I like it's very weird because the blue on blue does kind of make it a little, but the
Right.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
But
White
red
pants would be nice.
that
Yeah.
yes, but also
Or
just
red.
in general, if
Red,
you look
yep.
at it, with the mountains, with the blue jersey and the white jersey, even the mountains are the same color as the bottom, and it's just you could contrast it a little bit better. But I mean, hey, it's still clean.
Yep, I agree.
I agree with you, Sarah. I think either different color. Do you call those shorts or pants? I don't know what hockey people call those.
Short. They're called pants, hockey pants.
Hockey pants or socks could be a different color. Something needs to be a different color in the lower unit when you change the colors on the upper sweater jersey. I think, or the helmet could be a different color. Something needs to be a different color.
I mean, I get all that. We're talking jersey. We're talking
jerseys.
So
I would totally love to have red pants there, or like white pants and blue socks, or a different combo. I'd love that, but it's the jersey.
Yeah.
I agree.
Midnight, are you happy with our number one selection?
I like your number one. I think USA would be. I think Canada, just because of the color scheme, would have been my two. Germany 3, just because it's classic Germany, and then USA 4. I think that's how most top 4 gone.
I can't disagree with that.
I would have had that Canada up in the 1 or 2, and the one that I like the number in the 1 or the 2. That would have been my top 2. Canada,
all right.
And the Czech.
I'm very disappointed in the French. I mean,
yeah, that was horrible.
Passion that comes out of Guy Paris.
Yeah.
And this is what
very
they come up with. It's totally, it's uncalled for.
I agree. So there you have it, folks.
I'm not going to drink French wine the rest of the night.
Just in case.
The night, right?
It's Italian wine tonight in honor of Italy. There
you go. I like that. All right, we're 57 minutes into the show. Let's actually finally break down some hockey now. I knew. See, Midnight, right? This is why I wanted the show to be at 8, because I knew there was no way I was going to get this squeezed into probably 2 hours and then be bumping up against Coach's show, and he was on fire.
That's
tonight,
what you do with specials, man.
I know. I did not want to go up against. I didn't want to put him on a where we'd be stuck for, because I knew he had a great show tonight too, and it was amazing. I really liked watching some of that while we were getting ready for this one. So, all right, so let's help you guys out. So what's going to be some differences of what you need to know for the Olympics? Let's break a few of these things down here first. First and foremost, there is no Russia or Belarus again. They are still banned, so they do not have teams. They definitely would both have had a team on Russia would have definitely had a men and women's team for sure. Belarus would probably made the men's field. We all know the reason why. And again, I try to stay out that political side of it. On the hockey side of it, I'd love to see a Russian team, but we know why they're not there. So, Jack, I saw you going.
No, I do not know why. Can you tell me why exactly?
It's the Ukrainian war. So since they invaded Ukraine, they've not been invited to participate.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
They did one time where they allowed him in as the the athletes of Russia, something that they did that to participate under the IOC flag, and then they decided not to do that anymore. So that's
is that where Ovechkin plays for?
Correct. So that's why you have no.
He
OB.
will not be in the Olympics.
Correct. Yep. No OB, which is sad. I do.
Relaxing and recovering for the playoffs.
Well,
go ahead, Scoop.
All right. So how they go is they do it by group rounds. So if you're familiar with like the World Cup
hockey shirt,
there you go.
That's the only hockey shirt I own.
So we do have the group round is how this all works, and we'll break down the groups because they are slightly different between the men and women's. But basically, the group round, you're going to play every team that's in your group one time. They are using a 3-2-1 0-point structure. So basically, what that means is if you win in regulation, you get 3 points. If you lose in regulation, you get 0 points. If the game goes to overtime or a shootout, the winner's going to get 2, and the loser's going to get 1. So this definitely does play more into those that are able to win in regulation. You're going to get more points for that, which I do like. The tiebreakers are for the medal round are going to basically be your head-to-head matchups, and then second is goal differentials. So don't be surprised if you see in this group play, if a team's got a team that they can whoop up on, they are not going to ease off because goal differential could come into play for a couple of these tiebreakers. So that's important to keep in mind. The overtime process for the group play is going to be 5 minutes of overtime, and then it is a 5-player shootout. If you're used to the NHL, it's a 3-player shootout. For here, it's a 5-player shootout. Also, one other big difference is once those 5 players have gone in the NHL, a player cannot repeat until everybody is gone. That is not the case in the Olympics. So if you may remember from the last couple times when the players did go, you may remember a certain TJ Oshie shooting like 8 times in the shootout. That's because they were allowed to do it then. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Then when you get into the knockout rounds, the overtimes go up to 10 minutes, but they still have the shootout. When we get to medal games, which will be your semifinals, and then the gold medal game, the bronze medal game, those will be 20-minute overtimes and no shootouts. Those are golden goals, as they like to call it, winner take all for those overtimes. Okay. Now, if you may have enjoyed the old start of the U.S.-Canada game in the old in the Four Nations tournament, because remember they started right off fighting, and that probably got a lot of people all excited. There is no fighting in Olympic hockey, so you will not see that happen. That you get a game misconduct if you fight, and you miss the next game if you fight in the Olympics. So you will not be seeing anybody drop the gloves. Maybe the very, very last game, but.
Has it always been like that?
Yes, Olympic hockey, you can't drop the gloves.
Really?
So you won't see any fighting. Now that doesn't mean you won't see some pushing and shoving and some generally talk about mothers in front of the net. That will still
during U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, especially during U.S. and Canada. That's still going to be talked about. They'll be sharing recipes in front of the net, but you just
they may not be dropping the gloves, but they'll be putting their gloves all in people's faces.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get
right.
Some face washing.
I never noticed that.
Oh yeah,
it's going to happen all the time in this one.
And then the big part to remember is Italy is 6 hours ahead of us. So when you see these times for the games, they are local time that I put them in. So you're going to have a lot of games going on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 10 o'clock in the morning, our time. So if you want to see them live, they are going to be on most of the NBC networks between NBC, USA, and Peacock. So you're going to be able to watch them live during the day. So, if you work from home, this is going to be perfect for you to have hockey on pretty much anytime you want. And this is going to be on both the men and women's side. So those are just a couple big things to keep in mind as far as the overall tournament. So anything any of you guys want to add or any questions, anything before we get into the women's side of the draw?
I got a couple. First comment, as you guys were talking about fighting, Tom Wilson just got into a fight.
Is this the part where we're supposed to act surprised?
No, it was just ironic that it happened like on the cue. It was like the question was about fighting, and here we go.
He hears the word fight, and the bells start ringing in his head. Exactly. He's got to start something.
Next thing I'm gonna ask is, because goal differential, will that keep teams from pulling the goalie to make Lake Sturgis trying to get a goal or so?
You could see that. It wouldn't surprise me, especially because as we get later on in the tournaments, if two teams, like say when Sweden plays Finland, that game is getting to that, I could maybe see where they may not pull the goalie. You're not going to see them pull the goalie like you do in the NHL, where teams are down 2, 3, 4 goals. I don't think you'll see that. I think if they're still down a goal with a minute and a half left, you're going to still see them pull the goalie to try to get the tying goal in, because keep in mind too, all the goal differentials to tie, that winning team is going to get 3 points, and you get 0 if you lose in regulation. So you're going to want to get that game at least overtime to get that point if you can. So I don't think you'll see the goalies get pulled as much down 2 or more, but I think if it's still 1 goal game, you're still going to see them go. Would you agree with that, Scooter?
Yeah, Ben, that was a great question too. Like, I didn't even think of that, and I mean that happens all the time in the NHL. Of course, they pull goalies almost every game. And I mean, you're 100% right, Maddie. They're going to, that's going to decline big time. And I mean, of course, unless it's knockout games, then you're going to do whatever you can. So it doesn't matter after that. But good call on that.
Yep. Sarah, agree?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So let's get into the women's side of things here. So the women's side started in 1998. This is going to be their 8th time going for a gold medal. Only the U.S. and Canada have 1 gold on the ladies' side, with the U.S. winning gold twice and Canada has won it 5 times. 2006 is the only year that the gold medal game was not USA versus Canada, with Sweden winning silver that year, because the U.S. just had a rough year in 2006. The U.S. has won their golds in 1998 and 2018. Canada won gold last time in 2022, defeating the U.S. 3-2. And as a matter of fact, the last 3 gold medal games between the two countries, the final score has been 3-2. One little note, they just had what's called the rivalry series. This is where these 4 teams, the 2 teams played each other 4 different times, twice up in Canada, twice in the U.S. The U.S. won all 4 of them with basically these 2 lineups, and they won by a total score of 24-7. So the U.S. team is flying pretty high right now. And similar to the guys, the PWHL, which is the women's professional league, they also are on break, which means that on the ladies' side, you are also going to have best-on-best competition going on right now. So it sets us up for a lot of fun on the ladies' side as well. Vic
So
says teams are going to win by 6 or 7 goals or more. We'll get into that. There he goes. He had another fun. Anything on this part, guys?
so who's
Well-
the third team that's floating around on the women's side? Is that Sweden again, or is this gonna be somebody else?
We'll get there. We'll get
Okay.
there. We'll get
I'm
there.
sorry.
We got you there. Hey, that's a good
Simmer down,
segue
man,
for
right?
later. Almost perfect segue, but not quite. So let's get into the groups because that's going to be a big part of this. So Group A, these are your top 5 teams in the country right now. USA, Canada, Finland, Czechia, and Switzerland. They're all in the same group. The reason why they've done this is because the other 5 teams are very far behind, and I think they're trying to have competitive play in the group round, okay? So you're going to have these 5 teams, and then Group B is made up of Sweden, Germany, France, Japan, and Italy. The way that this is going to work is all the teams from Group A are advancing to the knockout round. All 5 of them are in. So that's why they're having them play against each other. And then of Group B, 3 of those teams are going to advance to the knockout round for 8 teams total that will advance to your knockout round. These games will start February 5th, and the gold medal game is February 19th. So that's how the ladies' draw is going to work. So Group A is where the talent is. Now, that said, it's still USA and Canada. To answer that question, those other 3 teams that you see there are probably the best to maybe make it. Sweden could still possibly get there, but I think it's going to be Finland and Czechia is kind of a team that I think has got some potential this year to be that 3rd place team, that we talk about. And we'll get more into that too when we break down some of these teams. Any thoughts on the groups or anything like that, Scooter?
The only thing I could say is about like Canada losing all those games and the goal differential to USA in the that little cup thing that they had going on is that Team USA in 1980, the men's team, they played the Soviet Union a few times, and I mean, a lot of those games weren't close.
Yes.
And then they wind up winning by multiple goals. So you just never know when you get down to it. You just never know.
That's true. I agree with that. So let's give you guys, Sarah, anything on the bracket part of it? You good? I'll take that as good.
Am I cutting out? Is it supposed to be me?
Nope. Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Were you asking me? Sorry, it cut out.
Yeah, I just was seeing if you had any thoughts on the groups.
No, I like the groups. I think we go into our medal advances later.
Yep, we
but
do.
midnight, I think you just have to understand you have to win the game to win the game.
There it is. I knew you were going to get a chance to do that. All right, so here's some key dates. The ladies' first game is going to be February 5th. That's 4:40 local time, so that'll be 10:40 a.m. That game is against Czechia. This will be a good test game for Czechia because we're going to know right off the bat, can they contend with how close they can keep that game. USA Canada, their prelim matchup will be February 10th. That's the last group matchup before the knockout round. That's going to be at 8:10 local time, which will be or 2:10 our time on February 10th. Then February 13th and 14th are the quarterfinals. February 16th is the semis, and then February 19th is the gold medal game and the bronze medal games for the ladies' side. So those are the key big dates to keep in mind. And then the game times for these knockout round games are going to be 4:40 or 9:10 p.m., depending, of course, on, you won't know who's going to play when until they announce those. So that's going to be the game time. So 2 of them will be on the 13th, 2 and 14th, 4:40, 9:10, and then February 16th, the semis, 4:40, 9:10. The bronze medal game is the 4:40. The gold medal game is the later one, the 9:10 game. So those are the key dates to keep in mind on the ladies' side. So who are going to be some players you're going to want to watch? Canada's roster has 20 players from the World Championship team and 16 returning from the 2022 gold medal team. So they are going with the vets. Marie-Philippe Poulin will be looking for her 4th gold medal. Canada also features Brianne Jenner and Daryl Watts. Those 3 combined are in the top 5 of the PWHL scoring right now. The U.S. returns 11 from 2022, which means that they have 12 girls making their Olympic debut. But this team just took the World Championships from Canada, and they've got a lot of young talent. So where Canada's kind of going for the let's roll them back one more time, the U.S. has kind of started their youth movement, and I think that's why they've helped with these in those 4 rivalry games. I think you're seeing the youth and the young legs and their speed help them. Hillary Knight, though, is a vet for the U.S. She's going to be back. Kendall Coyne-Schofield and Lee Stickland are all names to watch. And there is an important debut this year, which is Layla Edwards. She's going to become the first Black women's player to represent Team USA. She does live here in the Cleveland area. She played in the Cleveland Heights area at a rink that I officiate in quite regularly. And she goes right now to the University of Wisconsin, is having a hell of a year. So those are players from the Canada and the U.S. side that you'll definitely want to keep an eye on the ladies' side. So, Scooter, any thoughts on anyone there on the U.S. or Canada that either I did mention or didn't mention that you want to get into?
No, I know that Poulin, she's a really great player. She's like the ultimate captain. And then great for Layla Edwards. That's awesome. Hope she does really well. It's a great story. So no matter what happens, it's gonna be a great tournament. And I think it's only going to be pretty much Canada and USA, pretty much. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. Sarah?
So are you saying that you've possibly officiated an Olympian?
I don't think I did. I think she was done playing here before I moved here. It's very possible she could have played on the Barons U16 team, but I don't remember it. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I did. But if I did, I didn't even know that I was doing it. So but I guess there's a small possibility that we cross paths.
Well, I got a plug for Sarah.
Oh,
I'm going to be interviewing an Olympian in 2 weeks, so tune in.
okay.
There you go. Midnight, any thoughts on the ladies' side of the names that we mentioned?
Questions, as always. You talk about the rink size being different for the men. How does the rink size affect the women's game?
It's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be playing the same rink, yes.
Yeah.
Right, but
Is that
how does
always?
that? I mean, the men are going to be a little bit bigger and a little bit faster. Does this help? You know what I'm saying? In the game,
maybe not, because of course on the ladies' side too, there's also no body checking. Now that doesn't mean that there's not going to be contact, but they still can't lay out the hits anyway. So they still got to kind of maneuver around people, and they can't just lay out somebody in the neutral zone just because they want to. So I don't think it has quite a big of an effect on the women's side, just because you don't have the body checking.
Okay.
Scooter, agree?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. They play on the same surface, same ice, sides and everything like that. I mean it could be a little difference. I would go with I'd go with a speedier team.
Yep. And wouldn't you know, that's what the U.S. has done.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. So I want to give you guys some names to watch that aren't on USA and Canada. And these are some young ladies that are lighting it up at the collegiate level. Hilda Svensson from Sweden. She's the leading rookie scorer right now in all of college hockey. She plays for Ohio State. Manon Lescaudon for France. She's a strong young
Jack
forward.
You should have had Jack pronounce it.
I know, I could have, but I
thought that's where he was
good,
going.
No, I won't do that to him.
I just put my head down, Sarah.
He went through enough on that. So Nelly Latinen of Finland, she's a 10-year vet for the Finns, so the Finns are going to do well. She's going to be a big reason why, and she's finally coming to the PWHL next year, so I can't wait to see that. Adela Sapolov from Czechia is likely the best chance to upset the Big Two. They have lots of young talent led by Adela, so Czechia is kind of one of those teams that I'm going to be very interested to see how they do. Naomi Herzig for Switzerland. She is one of the youngest ones. She is only 16 years old. She's played in 19 games, though, for Holy Cross. So she's kind of like the young gun out of this whole entire field of players. But she's 16. And then you have Mathilde Fantine. She's a rare Italian. So, on these rosters, basically like if your grandmother was Italian, that's how a lot of these teams form their teams. But she's actually an Italian-born player. She's playing for Italy. She could become a national hero if Italy is able to somehow get into the knockout round. I don't think they're going to, but it is a story to watch if it happens. See, Fix said, I think Ryder's asking if the women's rink will be like the men's rink, which will be smaller when they usually play on the same size rink as men professionally. Yeah, they do. I mean, they're pretty much all playing on the same size rink here in the U.S. now. There's not really much change anymore on that.
So the question was based because I remember watching the show, and the host saying that because they're rushing to put this rink in, that the dynamics of the rink may not be the normal size because they may not be able to do the correct dimensions. So that's why I was asking, like, will those dimensions impact the ball game?
I don't think it's much on the women's side. The men's side, it's definitely going to see a tighter neutral zone for sure, just because of the ability to lay out the body a little bit more. I think you're going to see it more in the men's game than you will the ladies game. You probably won't notice it with the ladies game, but the speed is going to be the key that you will notice in the ladies game, because especially when you're watching the U.S. and Canada, those two teams can just fly up and down the ice. They are fun to watch.
They piggyback on Midnight Rider's point here. What he's kind of asking is about that rink. Most importantly, apparently, I read today that the bathrooms aren't done yet.
No, they still got a ways to go.
Good.
And when did they start? In like 2 days? So
February 5th is the first game.
whew, hope they're not serving beer, because got to hold that sucker.
Yeah, no kidding. The rink is ready. They're going to be able to play, but some of the stuff still around it is still in question for sure. So, all right. So, Sarah, I think I have you first. You got any general thoughts on the women's side you can give, how you want this to go medal wise, how you're thinking, and then we'll show up everyone's medal picks here after that. But go ahead with a couple quick thoughts that you have on the ladies' side.
I do want to give a fun fact. When I was going through the women's medals, on Japan's team, there's 2 sets of sisters, and actually one set are twins. So just like a little cool dynamic there. You have I'm hoping I'm saying this right. I don't know. This is different, but Rio and Riri Naru, they are twins. I'm actually 2 months older than them. It's kind of weird to feel like, oh, I'm older than Olympians. Is this how you guys feel? But
Okay.
and then
No, she didn't.
Ouch, she did.
I have to. And then Akani and Ayo, they are also sisters. You got a 26-year-old and 26-year-old. They've had experience playing in Sweden. But I don't know, it's like a cool little fact that they're sisters playing on this team. Unfortunately, I don't think Japan is going to go very far, but I still think it'll be very fun watching them play. They're always like a good, fun team to watch in that end. But I do think it's obvious that USA and Canada will dominate the Olympics. But I think like having Sweden and Finland and Czechia, like it's a very good mixture, being like, okay, like they could make a run for it. Is this my predictions? Is this my medal predictions? Is this what
Go
it is?
for it. You can throw them out there.
Okay. I have Sweden winning the bronze, and then USA with the silver. USA with the silver, and then Canada with the gold. I think. Honestly, I have to double check. I'm not even sure.
I think you had the US. I think on the women's side, you had the US winning.
Was it? Oh my
Didn't
god!
you?
I'm not even. My facts aren't even straight. That's crazy.
Yeah, go Showtime.
No. I did have Canada winning the gold. I'm so sorry. I'm not
okay.
a patriot, but I had Canada winning the gold.
You did. You're right. All right.
Ha!
All right.
Sorry.
Scooter, what are your thoughts on the ladies' side?
Well, I mean, I can't get into it as much as Showtime did. She did some good. That was some good stuff, especially that Japanese team. That's awesome. But no, I got the Czech Republic in 4th, losing to the bronze medal finalists, Finland, and then I had Canada losing to the U.S.
Okay. Midnight, you want to throw anything out there, or you just want to listen and observe?
I'm gonna listen and observe on this one.
Okay. Scooter or Jack, same thing? Okay. All right. So
I do want to say one thing to Showtime.
Yep.
Okay. When you just said that about the age of your age compared to the Olympians, like as I just turned 52, I am now officially 1 year older than Gordie Howe was when he retired. From Hartford Whalers.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, you have to put my hate. You have to put my hate.
I gave it to you earlier.
Although my hair is so much better than Gordie Howe's was. However, he would kick the living crap out of me, even dead today.
Yeah. Gordie was not one to mess with. That's for sure. So
wait. Who was asking who was asking the question about like pants or shorts with hockey players? We got to show the Hartford Whaler Doggers.
Oh yeah, I had to pull those up. Yeah, the old because they did actually wear the sweatpants. Those were hysterical. I remember
Well,
that
them and the
year.
Flyers did it.
The Flyers did it too
Yeah,
as well.
it was stupid.
All right, so real quick, my quick thoughts. This is Canada and U.S. I don't, the field is still so far spread apart on the ladies' side from those two to everyone else, but the gap is closing. Finland is getting much more respectable. Czechia, like I said before, they are a team to watch out for. Sweden could maybe from that group B, be in that medal hunt too. That wouldn't surprise me. But the U.S. and Canada are going to still finish 1-2. I think that their only loss is going to be when they play each other in the group round. Maybe a team surprises them and gets them into overtime, but it's still those two for sure. I think the U.S. has made the decision to go younger, and I think that's going to pay off dividends for them in this one. So I actually do have them winning gold. So here is our total prediction. So on the bronze medal, Vic and I had Czechia has the kind of a surprise for the bronze side. Scooter and Jeff had Finland, and Sarah had Sweden. And Paul, surprisingly, I wish he could have come on because I really like to hear his take on how he thinks the U.S. is not going to be in the gold medal game on the ladies' side, because that was an interesting pick for me that he's got us finishing third on the ladies' side. Men's side, different story. On the ladies' side, I don't see that happening. So Jeff, Vic, Scooter, and I all have Canada as the silver medals. Sarah has USA. Paul has Sweden. So he's actually got a because he's the only one that's got the non-USA Canada for the gold. And the gold, both Jeff, Vic, Scooter, and I have the U.S. winning gold with Canada for the other two. So basically, we all have Canada or U.S. winning gold. One of us just doesn't have the other. Whoever not getting gold has the silver medal on the ladies' side. Boy, I cannot speak tonight. So that's it for the ladies' side. Anyone have any last second thoughts they want to throw out there for the ladies?
There
you go. I don't know if you can see them, Jack. That's the old sweatpant look.
I'm trying to see what player that is.
Wait, hold on. I gotta find the one that the Carolina Hurricanes did. Where is it? It's clean.
I was gonna say put that back up because I can put you up as the main screen there. I think if I do this right.
I don't want to be the main screen.
But the USA, the Canada games will be really good.
Yes, they will be. Yeah. Oh, you just made.
Yeah,
that's me though. That's me. No one wants to see that much of me.
I'm taking my hands off the controls. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought I could
make her the main. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she. Oh, maybe because I started it. Maybe it only would be me that can be the big screen. So there we go. Oh well. All right.
Okay.
Let's get into the men's side, shall we? So. Again, welcome back to the NHL players. It's the first time since 2014. So the NHL players have been allowed to play in several Olympics, but this is the first time since 2014. So again, it's 12 years since we have had the best on best in the Olympics. This has not always meant that the U.S. and on the men's side is going to medal. The last U.S. gold medal is still the Miracle on Ice in Lake Placid in 1980. They have only made the medal round 3 of the 5 years with the NHL players, twice winning silver, both times losing to Canada. And those are the only 2 medals for the U.S. in 1980. So this has not been always still where good things have happened for the men, even with the U.S. being there. Canada has won 3 of the last 5 gold medals with NHL players, with Sweden and then the Czech Republic winning the other 2. Finland won the last gold in 2022, with Russia winning it before that in 2018. And so again, and this is a big part, don't assume that the 4 nations teams, Sweden, Finland, US, and Canada, are the only 4 teams to watch out for. There's plenty of NHL talent on these other rosters. Czechia, Switzerland, Slovakia, Germany, all have players with a lot of NHL names on their rosters. So those are also going to be names to kind of teams to keep an eye on. Don't just think that the 4 nations teams are it. And I would not be surprised if you have a couple of those that do not make it into the medal round. So let's go into the divisions, because this is also going to be pretty important. Group A is a juggernaut. You have Canada, Switzerland, Czechia, and then France. France is definitely going to go 0 for 3. They will not win a game in this bad boy. But the other 3 teams, those are going to be fun matchups to watch. Group B features Finland, Sweden, and Slovakia, and then Italy. Italy is not going to do well here either, but those other 3 teams are brutal. And then you have the one at the U.S. in, and to be honest with you, U.S. by far has the easiest group. They have Germany, Latvia, and Denmark in there. It's not that these are bad teams, but compared to the other teams, USA is clearly the best of these teams as far as on the group goes. Scooter, anything you want, just as general thoughts on the groups themselves? We'll get into our thoughts later, obviously, but if there's anything that you want to add on just the groups, the group pairings?
Yeah, I mean, first they all get in, if you will, to the playoffs. And
yes,
then,
that's correct.
Then they reseed them up. But I mean, it's great for the U.S. to be in that seeding because they should have a real high seed, maybe the number 1 seed going into the whole thing. And then Canada has to deal with Switzerland and the Czech Republic. Czech Republic's going to be really good. And then you have Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, and then Italy. But Slovakia, Sweden, and Finland, that's a tough matchup. Slovakia, they got a young crew on there, and if there's going to be any team that's going to upset a bunch of these teams, it's going to be that team, Slovakia.
Okay. Sarah, any thoughts on the groups before we get into that? He did Scooter kind of, so I threw this one up there. The 3 teams, all the teams do make it into the round robin part of into the medal round, so to speak. And I'll show you how that's going to work here next. But any thoughts on the groups themselves, Sarah?
Not really. I mean, I would definitely say they each have their little balance of being like well sorted out and like a way of difficulty. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
Maddie?
And so this is for our college football fans in here. When they get to 12, because that's what's going to happen, is they're all going to play the group plays, and then they're all going to get reseeded 1 through 12. And then basically what happened in the college football playoff is what you're going to see. The top 4 teams are going to get their bye. 5 is going to play 12, 6 is going to play 11, 7 is going to play 10, and 8 is going to play 9. What is different, though, we will have reseeding. So you want to be the number 1 seed because that means in the quarterfinals and the semis, you are going to play the lowest team left. And that's going to become very important for the U.S. The U.S., if they are going to win a medal, they have to go 3-0. They have to go undefeated, and they have to win those games in regulations to get the full 9 points and guarantee them the 1 seed. If the USA is the number 1 seed, I think they've got a good chance to medal. If they screw up and lose one of these games or lose one in overtime, where if a Canada runs the table in Group A or a Finland or Sweden runs the table in Group B, and they're not that 1 seed, where now it's the 2 seed, you're going to have to start facing some of these stronger teams before you even get to the medal round. They could be in trouble. The U.S., this bracket is set up for the USA to go 3-0, to win all 3 games in regulation, and they should get the full 9 points. If that doesn't happen, you can start to maybe wonder if the USA is going to medal or not. So these 3 games are very important to the USA. They've got to clean house, and they have to go 3-0.
What also is different is they don't find a way to get Notre Dame in midnight.
Ah!
Ooh.
Ah!
Shots fired.
Pew, pew, pew.
We doing it.
She coming hard. But
All right.
Maddie,
Yes.
Question.
Yep.
Go ahead,
Who's
Jack.
going first?
Does not having Russia and the other country you said is not here, does that
Belarus.
make the field a little weaker?
It does. I mean, Russia clearly would be a favorite to win a gold medal, would be a favorite to medal on the men's side. On the ladies' side, probably not as much. I think they would be in that second tier.
Okay.
But on the men's side, and Belarus would have been a difficult team to get out too if they were allowed. So yeah, it definitely weakens the field. It's not as strong as it obviously could be, but it's the best that it can with who we've got for sure.
So how would they have divided it? I mean, I see you got 4 in each.
My guess would be France.
One of the teams would be out.
France would probably be out for sure, and I think the next team out. Well, Italy would have to be in because they're the host team. So Italy would be in. They would have had to determine probably between. I think it probably would be Latvia or Denmark that would have been out. Would be my guess if you had both Russia and Belarus.
Right.
Okay.
So in hockey during the Olympics, do they have what's called a group of death, or is that just a World Cup thing?
That's the World Cup where they have that. This is just I don't know how they determine these three. I think they tried to do it balanced, and the U.S. has it's Canada. I think is 1, Finland is 2, we're 3, and I think Sweden is 4. I think it's supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then supposedly we have But I mean, France and Italy are cakewalks.
What comes after 5?
I think it would be probably Sweden right now, because I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which I don't think Czechia is 7. But the hard part too is a lot of these are based off how they do in the World Championships, and you don't have the NHL players didn't participate in those, so it's not quite the same, and that's part of this too is what these teams put together for the World Championship teams compared to what these teams are going to look like are completely different. So. That's the hard part of trying to predict who's going to do well here, is because a lot of these players on these teams aren't going to have their first practice together until they get to Italy. Other than France and the Italian teams who do not have any NHL players on it, those teams have been able probably to do a little bit more practicing, but the talent level just isn't there, obviously.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. So here are some key dates. The U.S.'s first game will be on February 12th. That's going to be against Latvia. Canada plays Czechia. That's going to be a great game. That's going to be an interesting one. Canada could come out of the gate with an L. It's very possible Czechia could beat them. They're that good, and that's going to be at 16:40 local time. So that's in the early afternoon for us, and then the U.S. is at 21:10. So that's going to be a 3:10 start for us. Friday, February 13th is Canada against the Swiss. The Swiss did beat Canada in the last World Championship, so just something to keep in mind. And probably the biggest rivalry game other than U.S.-Canada, Finland-Sweden, is on February 13th. That's going to be a fantastic game to watch. That should have a little bit of bad blood in it because the Finns and the Swedes do not like each other. Saturday, February 14th is the U.S. against Denmark. And then on the 15th, we play Germany. And then we get into the qualifying rounds, which is where 5 plays 12 and so on February 17th. The quarterfinals are February 18th. So that's the other advantage the 4 teams with the bye will have. They will not have to, those teams are A, going to have to play the night before, and then B, come right back and play the very next night. The semis are on the 20th. And then the 21st is the bronze medal game, with the gold medal game being basically the last game, the last event that has a medal on the 22nd. Oh, cool. She says, you are going to have me watch the Olympics with understanding. You are very welcome. We're even going to get a couple more of the sports here once we're done with the men's side too, to help you out. So, but we appreciate that. Was the whole point of doing this show, was to get people ready and excited for the Olympics. So those are some of the key dates. So teams to watch. We could spend an hour and a half going through every team's roster with the NHL players. Obviously, we're not going to do that. These are some teams not in the Frozen Four to watch: Czechia, Swiss, Germany, and Slovakia. Any one of these 4 teams, there's 8 teams that I think realistically could look at this and say, we can be on the podium when it comes to giving out medals. So those are the teams to watch. So with that said, Sarah, I'll throw it over to you for your thoughts on the men's side, just in general. If you want to give your picks, you can.
Like I said, this is going to be very exciting. Unlike the women's, unfortunately, it's more of a toss-up of who not even who is your top 3, who's going to be bronze, silver, gold, but just in general of who could win each game. Just because, I mean, in the women's, yes, you still do have actual professional women playing, but in the men, it's more widespread, which is just a whole different conversation we could get into on a different day, different subject. But it's so much more, it's just more competitive in a way. I mean, a lot of these players have already played against each other, or there's teams or players that have that are playing against their teammates on their teams. I mean, you have just to reference Carolina Hurricanes, you have Jacob Slavin on Team USA, then you got Aho, and there's one more.
Yeah, Freddie Anderson.
Finland, but
Freddie Anderson's playing.
Freddie Anderson on Denmark. There's so many teammates that are playing against each other. It's going to be really fun to watch and just get into all in general. I'm not going to put my predictions here, but it's more competitive in a way. Not saying that the women's isn't. It's just a lot of these players have more careers towards it. Again, different conversation, but it's just so much more intense and it's so much more widespread. Obviously, you have more teams, so even just then, your chances of whoever gets where just is all over the place. It's so much fun.
I like it. Scooter?
I mean, the two teams again you need to watch are the Czech Republic. They should never be counted out. They have won a gold. It was way back in '98. In '98 was that was the first year that they allowed NHLers and professionals. So I mean, they had Dominik Hasek, and he was just insane. And the USA had like all these 35-year-old veterans and 42-year-old veterans like Chris Chelios, and they failed miserably. In the Czech Republic actually beat them in the first round of the playoffs, if you will, going into their goal. But be that as it may, it's Czech and Slovakia. Slovakia has a nice young team. I think they're going to be quick and fast. They got some good goaltenders on that team. But again, it's going to be the big boys that show up, and that's what's going to happen in this Olympics.
All right, I like it. Midnight, you got anything on this, or you still want to just observe and listen?
No, because Scooter keeps bringing up Slovakia, and he's starting to intrigue me a little bit with Slovakia and the Czech Republic. So I feel like they have a shot to be in the mix just off of what he said. I wish you could have sold me Sweden, because I like when Sweden's in international play because of their style of play. They tend to get up and down. So Scooter, am I crazy if I think the Swedes could be in the top three?
No,
You're not crazy at all with the Swedes being the top three team. They can win the whole darn thing.
Yeah,
So,
easily. They've got a lot of good talent. They've got, it's going to be interesting to see who they play in goal, because they got Gustafsson and Wallstedt in Minnesota. They have both goalies. Wallstedt's been playing better than Gustafsson lately, and they have Markstrom from New Jersey, who was going through a really bad spell, but he's been better. I assume it's going to be Wallstedt to start for them. That's maybe their weakest link right now is the goalies, though, but they're loaded on defense. I mean, they got Forsling from Florida, Erik Karlsson, who's been playing a lot better lately. They've got Zibanejad. They got Rasmus Andersson, who's also going to be good. Elias Lindholm. They've got some guys that can score for sure. And of course, they got Gabriel Landeskog, who's now fully healthy again too. So, no, I think you're fine with the Swedes if you think they're going to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, we also have to blame Nintendo Ice Hockey.
The Swedes are always fun on that one.
Yeah.
Jack, anything you want to throw out there, or you just listen?
You're on mute.
I'm just listening, but
Okay.
him saying Nintendo, that brought back some of my days. I can't remember which video game it was. I think it might have been early PlayStation, where I was playing with the New Jersey Devils when I played hockey on there, and it had like a group of dogs on that team. Who were those guys? I can't pronounce the names anyway, so yeah.
That's okay. All right.
Well,
So
you probably just used Scott Stevens and beat everyone senseless.
that's right. I don't have too much to add that you guys haven't said. I mean, I kind of brought up the big points. It's critical for the USA to go 3-0. If they want to medal, they've got to come out of that group 3-0 with 9 points. Anything less than that, I'm going to start worrying. For the Team USA, I think you guys have heard me say this a lot before. I think Connor Hellebuyck is going to be the starting goalie, and which Connor Hellebuyck do we get? Do we get regular season Connor and the one that played in the Four Nations because he was pretty good there, or do we get the NHL playoff Connor Hellebuyck? If we get the NHL playoffs, we might be worrying. Same thing, the other guy Ottinger for Dallas, he's had the same issues. Wouldn't surprise me to see Swayman get in for Boston. He's maybe been the most consistent out of the three of them, but I think they're going to give the edge to Hellebuyck. But I will say this: the U.S. defense 1 through 6. There's nothing better. They're going to be able to throw out Slavin and Werenski against everyone's top deep. And I think again too, Slavin is the best defensive defenseman. Huh?
You're biased.
What with Jacob Slavin?
Yes.
I like the whisper.
No, I'm not. He's the best. He's the best defensive defenseman there. I mean, he proved that in the Four Nations. Now whether or not he's healthy, it's a different story. I think the U.S. though is their trouble is going to be this. And I get where Bill Guerin was coming from when we built this team. he did not necessarily take all of the same type of players. So like we have guys sitting at home that can score goals. Robinson in Dallas, Hudson in Montreal. Those two kids can score. But he's tried to build the third and fourth lines to be able to get some grit and to be able to hit and be physical against the top lines of Canada, Sweden, Finland. Will it work or not? We'll find out. If it does work, they could be in there for the gold. If it doesn't work, they could go out early.
Point of parliamentary procedure. I just wanted
Yes.
to let gentleman Jack know that Bill Guerin was on that team that you probably played with on the Nintendo or the PlayStation.
Yes, he was for
Because
sure.
he was definitely on that Devils team.
Yep.
One of the guys
Bad
started
egg.
with an F. His last name started with an F.
Fedotenko.
Devil. That could have been it. Yeah.
Sergei
Could be
Fedotenko.
anybody.
He's like, sure. All right, Sarah, who you got? Well, I already put the bronze medal. So who you got for your bronze medal? Do you remember?
Sorry, I was looking at the doll. Well, it's on there, but USA is my bronze.
Yep.
I mean, we talked about the rosters when they came out a couple weeks ago. I mean, like you said, the defense is good. I mean, we are biased against Slavin. You know, Matty Ice wants a Slavin USA jersey. Let's put some
I
donations
do.
towards
I've
that.
not got it yet. I know. I need to get online and order it.
Father's Day.
Can I ask
Father's
a
Day.
random question?
Yeah.
When we talk about, we know these teams are just getting together and basically they're going to land and play. How much will rink time matter in the way this plays out?
They're going to have a practice rink, so they will get some practices in before they play. I think that's too where USA is at least helpful. They pretty much are coming back with the same roster that played in the Four Nations, so they've got some familiarity already playing with each other. So I think that's going to be helpful for USA and for some of these, at least the Four Nations teams. They may have a slight advantage. Where some of these other teams, though, that don't have that many NHL players, but they got more national players, they're coming from their national team, which just played together in the World Championships, which just played together before. So you could see some of these. That's where you could see some of these teams where they don't have the NHLers hang around just because they've played together for a lot longer than what these guys are going to play together. So yeah, you could see some teams with that hiccup of a team that's just been thrown together and hasn't had time to practice yet. They're not going to have as much. You're probably talking about one practice a day, obviously, up until they play. And then on game days, once the games start, they may not practice in between games. It's just going to, they'll have maybe a slight skate through, but I don't know that they're going to go heavy once the games start with practicing anyway.
Right, so I'm going to go off the board. Give me Canada for my bronze team.
Okay. I like it.
Hmm.
Well, you can see, so Scott, Vic, and Jeff all have Sweden. Sarah and Paul had USA. I have Czechia as my surprise team that's going to get a medal out of this thing. I think that they're really good. They've got a loaded, they got Martin Necas, who's just been lights out for Colorado. He's been playing really well. They've got a really good team. That's my bronze medal team. So, Scooter, any thoughts on I know you've got Sweden in the bronze, so it's kind of funny that he was asking you about Sweden, and then bam, you've got them as your bronze medal team.
Yeah, I mean they're a legit team. They're good. I mean they can win the whole thing, like I said. But I see them playing Finland for the bronze medal. So Finland to me finishes in fourth. So that's how much I think the way I see it is Finland finishes fourth with the men's. Finland finishes in third with the women. I think Finland is a really big up and coming national team.
All right.
Okay.
I can pull a
Yep.
pull a Lee Corso on you. Not so fast. I got Finland with the bronze.
Okay. And I think you can go. I think a lot of people question Finland because Barkov's injury from Florida, so
Right,
he's not going to be in these Olympics.
True.
Oh, that's their goalie, right?
No, he's a forward. He's probably the best two-way forward that
What's the
either
goalie
team
name?
had.
Bark something.
Who are you thinking
Their
of?
goalie.
No,
called
he's
Bark?
thinking about Bob Rouse.
Oh, you're thinking of Bob.
Bobrovsky.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Which he's Russian, so therefore no
He
no
not
Bob
playing.
in this one. He's
No
not
Bob,
playing.
No Bob.
All right, so silver
Bob and
medal.
Lee.
This is another one where kind of
Ooh.
the five of us were all over the place. Vic, Scooter, and I have Team USA winning silver. Sarah had Canada in the silver. Jeff has Finland, and Paul has Sweden. So you can kind of see of all we all have the four nations teams there in some way, shape, or form, going in different locations, but they're all there. So Sarah, any thoughts on why Canada in second?
I don't think so.
Oh, she's on the phone. Never mind.
I
He's
don't
got no
think so.
thoughts. Nope. Scooter
Let me tell you. No, I'll get to it when I get to the
to the
final.
gold. Okay. Midnight, you want to give your silver medalist?
Yeah, my silver medalist, I'm with Paul. I'm gonna go Sweden for the silver.
Sweden.
Ooh. Ooh. I gotta go Canada for the silver.
Canada for the silver. All right. I like it. All right. So that gets us to the gold medal. And again, I talked at the beginning about there are 6 teams that could probably win the gold. And you can kind of see we're a bit more on this one. Sarah and I have Finland defending the gold medal and winning. Scooter, Vic, Paul, and Jeff all have Canada winning the gold medal and winning back gold again, which they won the last time that the NHL players played in it. So Scooter, I'll let you go first. Why? So obviously you've got Canada and USA, and just like in the Four Nations, you have Canada winning it.
Now, first, I just want to say that you guys picking Finland makes me feel real good about my Finnish comments, if you will. But
Yeah.
I mean, USA, Canada, it's probably going to be 4-2, 4-3. It's going to be one of those battles that's just going to happen, and the best team's going to win. And I think it's going to be Canada. Canada just has a better roster. Their goaltending's slightly better. And you brought up the problems with the goaltending for the USA. But, here's the thing how it's going to go. Like, if there's going to be an MVP, I think it's going to be, what's his name from Colorado? The
Makar or McKinnon?
Yeah. No, McKinnon. But Makar is going to be – but the funny thing is, for bringing up Makar, he's going to be the best defenseman in the whole tournament. And I do think that Connor Hellebuck will be the best goalie in the tournament. Like I think he's going to get a few. He might get 2 to 3 shutouts in there. But when he finally faces Canada, that's it.
Interesting. Midnight, who you got for gold?
I mean, I'm the homer. I'm going.
Oh man,
I'm going USA. I think I think when you said, you convinced me when you said we got the best 6 defensemen in the tournament, and I think you always play sports up the middle, and I think if we can control the middle of the ice, we can control everything else. And I think they got enough where the defensemen will kind of neutralize the lack of like a dominant goalie, but your goalies are good enough. So that's how I got USA winning the gold.
Yeah, I would agree. That's how USA is going to. My only concern is, will they score enough? They're going to need Gensel to come up big. They're going to need Austin Matthews to come up big. The Kachuk brothers, obviously, and that's my concern too, is if Matt's healthy enough right now. For the Canadian goalies, you're looking at Jordan Binnington, who played amazingly well. Darcy Kemper, who's having a hell of a year from LA, who Washington fans will know. And then, of course, the Washington goaltender, Logan Thompson, is the other goalie. I think it's going to Binnington, even though he's not had that good of an NHL season, the fact that he played so well in the Four Nations, I think it's going to be his net to start. But I think you're going to see Logan Thompson get games. I think you're going to see Darcy Kemper get a game in there too. I think they're going to play. I think you're going to see Canada go through their goalies a little bit more. Where I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see. Logan was off that really good start. He slowed down a bit, and now he's still coming off of injury. So we got to play that out to see if he even stays on this roster, because they still got 3 more days. So because Logan's they're going to probably want him to get an NHL game. Is he playing tonight for them, or is he still out?
No, Stevenson's didn't go tonight, and he got his first win. So both of the AHL kids got goals, got wins in goal the last 2 nights. So that's huge for Washington. And then when you come back, I think the idea is Thursday is the next game that they have, and I think they want to try to get Logan in then, because he did skate this morning. So you got an opportunity to get Logan in on Thursday before he heads out to the Worlds. And I That's the person that scares me with Canada's chances. I can see him being the reason they get to the finals. If
Yep,
they
if
decide
he's
to
healthy.
bounce back. Yep.
Yeah, he's got to be healthy for them. So, all right. Any final thoughts you guys want to throw out there on the men's side before we get into some other sports to watch?
Well, I like USA as well, defeating Canada in the gold medal round. I think this is all from listening to what y'all have told me tonight, and I agree with what some of the stuff Midnight Rider said. From you guys telling me how this defense is supposed, the defensive players on the USA team are pretty strong, and saying that you're concerned about the goalies. This is in front of the world, so it can bring on some talent that you don't even see when you're playing on such a big stage, I feel. So you never know what could happen, especially having professionals out there. They might just be feeling like they're at the pinnacle of their game, being in the Olympics, and just go an extra notch above and beyond. So I'm expecting, and that's if, you want Logan healthy. That's if they can go above and beyond, if the goalies can step their game up and they can take home the gold, I feel.
All right.
See, the thing is, Canada is so strong offensively. Like,
they are.
they score goals, and to think that, like, the young kid Celebrini, who's scoring a crap load of goals this year, he's going to be like their fourth line guy.
Right.
Really?
Like, oh wow! Like, and what Gentleman was just saying, here's a guy who, this guy's going to come out there and he may be the guy.
Yeah.
With Canada, I mean, they got so many guys that can be the guy. I mean, we didn't even mention Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's insane.
And he's having a hell of a year. Yeah, I mean, the whole Canadian roster is just loaded. It's just not fair what they have on the offensive side. But, look, in the Four Nations, we did keep them in check at least. So, all right, I was trying to stall to give Sarah a chance to give some comments, but we'll come back to her. I'll let her give a few comments.
So Scooter.
Looks like a girl to me. Phone in her
Scooter,
hand, talking with her hands.
Real quick. Scooter did a thing, and I know it's a thing because we do this thing on our show, but whenever you say, now here's a guy, you have to do it with the Chris Collinsworth, now here's a guy. You can't just say, here's a guy. You have to say it in the Chris Collinsworth language.
So here's a guy, and this guy, he can do everything. He is an amazing player. He's the smartest guy I've met this week.
This
He's
week.
the guy. And did I tell you I played in a Super Bowl? Actually, two.
I love it. Let me pull this up here real quick. We talked about those forwards from Canada. This is the forwards that Canada is throwing out there: Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, Celebrini, Sorelli, Hagel, Bo Horvat, Marchand, Marner, Stone, Suzuki, Tom Wilson. And a couple of those guys aren't going to end up playing. But yeah, they are just loaded for sure. So there you go. They're like you got the smiley faces on the Chris Collinsworth comment. I'm sure. So all right. So here's some other sports. We've done our hockey stuff here. But what are some other sports that maybe you want to take some interest in? All right. Figure skating plays a big part. Speed skating is a blast to watch because it's a small rink. It's four of them on the ice at the same time. You will see them crash into each other. You'll see them. It's like NASCAR on ice on skates, but with no cars. But it's fast. They run into each other. The aerials, what these guys do in the air on skis, 3 backflips, and they still land. Like it's just amazing to watch. Of course, the alpine skiing, where these guys are coming down a hill flying at 80, 90, get up to 100 miles an hour. The bobsled, of course, is always fun. Yes. The Jamaicans are back this year. They have the Jamaican bobsled team. We'll see how they do. And then, of course, my personal favorite, curling, shuffleboard on ice, baby.
Boy.
I just laugh watching it. It cracks me
I thought
up.
You were going to say luge or something, but you said curling?
Luge, Bob. Curling's great to watch. You got to watch it once. It's hysterical. I love it.
I've tried to play it. I fell flat.
It's shuffleboard on ice. So checking in bobsledding and speed skating. Yeah, those two are great for
Yeah.
sure. So these are some names to watch where you're going to. These are 10 athletes that I think that could win medals. I'm not saying they're going to all win gold, but these are some if you want us to see us do well. Chloe Kim in snowboarding. She's the reigning world champ. She won last year. She's competing in a couple different events. She is amazing on the snowboard. Fun to watch.
Is Vaughn back this year?
She is. She just crashed, but it was not serious enough. She is supposed to ski, so she's coming up here as one to watch too. Ilya Malinin on the men's side and Alyssa Liu on the girls' side. Malinin's performance in the U.S. Championship, he did 3 quads, and he did a backflip, and he said that was his safe program.
What?
Yeah, he's just an amazing kid to watch. He'll be worth your time watching him skate. Alyssa Liu, I don't know if she'll win
Fairfax,
gold.
Virginia. Did you know that?
Yeah, he is. Yep,
Wow.
He's just a blast, a good kid to watch. So those are some figure skaters to watch. They're definitely Ilya should win the gold unless he just completely collapses. And the thing with his routine, most of the time you see in figure skating, if somebody falls, they're usually cooked. Like it's hard for them to win a medal. He could probably fall once or twice, but his routine is so difficult, he probably could still win gold because his score base is going to be so much higher than what any of these other people start with. Alex Hall in freestyle skating has a great chance to get some medals. Jordan Stoles and Aaron Jackson in speed skating, one the men, one on the ladies' side. Both of them should do really well in those events. Madison Chalk and Evan Bates are the reigning ice dancing world champions. I would expect to see them do well as well. Jessie Diggins in the cross country event should do well. She's an older one and should do well. And then when you talk about Lindsey Vaughn, her and Michaela Schifrin on the alpine skiing definitely have some strong chances to win some medals there. And then Kale Humphreys on the bobsled team, she is looking to win her 4th medal. So the U.S. has done better on the ladies' side than on the guys' side in bobsled. So those are some athletes that we should see do well. And give you some other sports to watch when you turn on the Olympics. And the opening ceremonies do start this Friday night. If you want to watch them live, you can watch them in the afternoon, but then they'll be on, in prime time, the taped for the recorded version of it, the old tape for show later on in the day. So those are some other sports to keep an eye on for sure. So Scooter, any thoughts on any of the other ones or any athletes maybe I didn't mention that you have on your agenda?
Yeah, I mean, I like watching the ski jumping. That's just the coolest thing in the world. There was another Eddie that Eddie Belfour was mentioned earlier. There was another Eddie the Eagle. And
Yes.
He was a British guy. He'd always
ski jumper.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the ski jumping is amazing. So
Yeah, that's another crazy one.
Yeah, watch that stuff. Eddie the Eagle. Just remember that guy from Britain.
Yep. Sarah looks like she's still on the phone, I believe. Yes, she is. Midnight Rider, you got any thoughts on anything or any questions on anything?
All right, so I know there's bobsledding, and then there's the luge. The luge is the one where you're on like a little
sled,
and you have to steer with your feet. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right, so I got to see the luge because I think you're crazy if you're gonna go face first, 97 miles per hour down a hill. I think we got Sarah back, so I'll let her comment before I continue.
I think the skeleton one is the face first, and then the luge is where it's their feet, right? If I remember right, Scooter. Yeah. So there's 2 of them. There's one with their face first, that's skeleton, and there's the luge where it's their feet first, at least. But both equally crazy and stupid.
Yes.
All I know is they reach 93 miles per hour, and that's ridiculous. Either way, don't sign me up for that.
Now, you guys remember that when Herschel Walker, he was on the bobsled team.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, and like that, he was one of the most amazing athletes ever. And he's like, "I'll just bobsled."
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sarah, I know you had a phone call emergency. Do you want to go back real quick to give your any thoughts on the men's gold medal or any of the other sports that you're wanting to watch? I'll give you a couple of minutes here to catch up and get some comments in.
What do we go over? Silver and gold?
Yeah, we hit the silver, gold medal. Yeah. So we showed your picks that you had Canada winning. You have what? You had Canada winning gold, and you had the U.S. winning silver.
Thought I had Finland winning gold.
Yeah, she had.
Oh yeah,
Finland.
that's right. Yeah, you're with me. Yeah, you're with me in Finland. That's right. My bad.
Yeah, no, Canada's roster, we talked about it again weeks ago. Their goaltending is really like beautiful. I think it will help them out a lot. And then just like obviously certain pieces with their offense and their defense, it's really good. But Finland all around, chef's kiss. I think they have it to win gold. It's clean. I obviously could like seeing like the other like not final or Frozen Four teams go into the final three. Like I said, it's going to be like a huge toss up. But yes, I do have Finland winning the gold, and I'm very confident about that.
All right, I like that.
What makes Finland the team for you?
Sebastian Aho, but no, there is more.
I was told it was Aho.
No. You heard wrong.
That's how Scooter pronounces it.
Yeah. But there's two of them, okay?
The Washington Capitals.
No, that ours is on the Olympic team, not the other one, okay?
Nope. He did not even make Team Sweden.
Nope.
I'm just going off of what Scooter said. I'm sorry.
Smart move.
It's good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Any
other sports you want to tie in on, Sarah, that we mentioned? We talked about a couple of the other ones, the figure skating, bobsled.
Oh, we'll put it in here now. So we were gonna do like a little segment on it, but like a week or two ago, I watched Cool Runnings. I know how you guys are saying I should watch some like older movies. Yeah, mm-hmm. Cool Runnings.
And what did you think of it?
Solid movie.
John Candy's the best.
Yes,
yeah, I was telling her that was sadly John Candy's last full movie that he made before he passed.
But come on,
crazy.
We all
has made me a John Candy enthusiast. He's put me into all the movies, especially Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Well, yeah, I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is just great.
We can all admit that in in Cool Runnings, it was all about Dougie Doug. Without Dougie Doug, that movie don't get made.
Yeah, it was a really nice movie. Of course, like I was asking Dad, like, is that really how it ended? Like, I don't think it was how it ended. But of course, it was like the classic Disney ending. But I mean, it was still a very good movie. What's another one I should watch? I haven't watched the Miracle documentary yet.
Yeah, you need to watch that. It's so well done. So well done. I loved it. I will neither admit nor deny the fact that I may have watched it 3 times already.
Jesus.
I may have.
Dang.
I may have. I may watch it a 4th tomorrow too. We'll see. Because every time I watch it, there's
working
another little
at
story.
home must be nice.
I hear another little story. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So, all right, okay. Well, there we have it, folks. Let's do this here real quick because we need to get out of here. Our next show is going to be February 9th. We'll recap, of course, the big game that's going to be next Sunday. We'll have another Jose Can You Sing to add on the Super Bowl ledger. So we'll see who does that. I haven't even looked it up yet to see who does it. We'll have the first weekend of the Olympics to discuss. We do finally have a date for the Legalized Gambling show. That's going to be on March 2nd. And then March 23rd is going to be our next drive time and prime time. We're going to do a baseball preview show. So I believe a lot of the people that you see on this stage here will be on the stage for that one too, and maybe even a couple more. And then let's see, gentlemen, Jack, who do you got on your show again Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. Wednesday night, I got Lou Groza Award winner and former University of Maryland place kicker Brad Craddock on the show. It's going to be a good one.
Excellent, like it. And then, right, is it Thursday night? You guys have your own special edition of Nothing But Net, where you're doing the NBA trade show, right?
So we got a couple things going on this week. We got tomorrow night, of course, you got Unapologetic Sports, where you get the freezer and you get the flying high. One of the better segments in sports entertainment today. Then we get the Tuesday Night Flight, one of the best entrances of sports entertainment today. Then Wednesday you get Nothing But Net regular schmegler, and then you get Jack doing the greatest interview show in podcast land with Brad Craddock, and then of course Thursday you get us doing the Thursday Night Throwdown, but it's a trade deadline special. So I have to check with I have to check and see if we're doing both Nothing But Net and the Thursday trade, or if it's going to be one or the other. So that's the only thing I don't know for sure.
Midnight, while I have you here, being a slight fan of the Cavs, the trade that the Cavs made with Sacramento, should I like it or should I hate it? Because I know Hunter hasn't been as good for them this year as he was last year, but it kind of seems like I think that they gave up on him a little bit earlier than what they should have. But should I like this trade or should I not like it?
You know, it's funny you even asked that because I thought they would have, and not because I'm a Lakers fan, I would have preferred the deal that they would have gotten from the Lakers, because then they could have gotten like Hachimura and somebody else as opposed to what they got back with Dennis Schroeder and company. And maybe Dennis Schroeder is a symbol of them moving on from Garland. So that could be the situation there where Garland gets moved in a potential deal down the road, because I think he's kind of struggled to fit in with Donovan Mitchell, and he's also been hurt a lot. So it could be a situation where they pad the room only to empty the room later on. So that could be interesting because Garland has been in the midst of trade talks. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah.
Midnight Rider, I don't feel that Schroeder is someone you want to build with. I think he's just a pawn. Is that what you're saying?
Well, but the thing is, he doesn't need shots. So now you can give Donovan Mitchell shots. You can give Mobley shots. You can give shots to other people. Whereas I think Garland required the ball a little bit more in his game. So that's why I say, you can sometimes add, you know how I'm saying this, addition to subtraction. Sometimes you get players that if Schroeder can just be a ring general and distribute, then it makes it easier for everybody else to go out and be scorers and try to score.
Schroeder to me is a generic Rondo. Okay, let's get that straight. He's a generic
totally
Rondo. And Garland, he might like getting shots, but he sure as hell don't make enough for me. I'll tell you that. Parlay killed.
So we speaking out of the same pool right here, brother.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir.
I figured while I have you, I'd ask you about that because I saw that trade yesterday. I think it was yesterday, whenever the heck they made it. I was like, okay, if he does join me, I can ask him about that because I didn't know if I should like it or not, and I guess I'll wait and see. So the Cavs been kind of up and down all this year anyway. I think they're just waiting for the playoffs. So
what happened today in Cleveland radio? Because I didn't hear Carmen and Llama. There was somebody else.
It was pretty quiet because the press conference is tomorrow for the coach. So it wasn't really that. I didn't listen to him either. I caught some of the afternoon guys, and it's kind of cool. I think they're waiting for his big presser tomorrow, and then we'll see what comes out of that. So that should be fun. But they weren't even really talking about the trade that much either, which kind of surprised me. So yeah, it's kind of a weird quiet day today. Maybe some people were off with it being Monday, so who knows?
Yeah, I think so because I didn't hear the regular group, so I just went back to suffering. No, actually, excuse me, I listened to the radio because I didn't want to listen to the sports junkies.
Oh, jeez, shame on you.
I don't even know who they are anymore.
All right, guys,
I went to school with half of them.
2 hours and 10 minutes of Olympic fun there. So let's see here. We'll let our guests give some wrap-ups first. Again, first I want to thank the Gentleman Jack for being such a good sport and playing America's favorite game show. Pronounce that hockey player. You did pretty well. You hung in there, and you're a trooper.
I've gotten better.
You are. You gave some good honest efforts. Now there were some good ones I did get some good chuckles out of. So it made it worth it for sure. So any last thoughts you want to throw out there before we say goodnight?
Well, we got another hat reveal going on down below here. What's going on down there, Scoot?
What's
We got some stuff going on this month. Big month, NASA.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Scooter. What they got going on this month?
Well, we got the Artemis 2 that's going to launch this month. The window opens in a few days, and we could have 4 3 Americans, 1 Canadian. The Americans, Reed Weissman, Victor Glover, the legendary Christina Cook, and the Canadian Jeremy Hansen. They're going to go around the moon. They're launching in a few days, hopefully. And Victor Glover will be the first African-American to go around the moon, and Christina Cook will be the first woman to go around the moon. And this is going to be historic, and it's something, you know, if you know your history in NASA, it's a tough week that we just went through. We had the worst tragedies that ever occurred in NASA history all happened in the same week, the end of January, early February. And this is a chance to really bust this out. Like a lot of American world pride going on in this one. This is going to be awesome. So it's bigger than sports, bigger than everything. So we're with these guys and ladies.
Now, this is a NASA bus ride to the moon, not an Elon Musk bus ride to the moon.
No, actually, it's Northrop Grumman. Totally. It's
really?
This is not SpaceX in this specific one. This is NASA and Northrop sending the Orion vehicle up into space around the moon and coming right back. So we used to do this in the 60s. It hasn't been done in years, in 50 so on years. So ready to do it again. It's going to go on this month, hopefully. We're ready. It's on the launch pad.
Sweet. Midnight, you got any last thoughts?
I was nervous when I saw Scooter put the hat on because when I saw the patch, all I could think of Cam Neely and Dumb and Dumber, where it says "Wine 'em, dine 'em, 69 'em." So,
yes. I saw Cam Neely in a fight at the Hartford Civic Center against the Hartford Whalers. He was taking on a little small Pat Verbeek. Yeah, it was perfect.
I'm gonna let you know right now. In a month from now, I'm gonna have my Hartford Whalers T-shirt or either hoodie and hat, and I'll come on just to hang out with you guys.
There you go.
Make it a real one, baby. Make it a real, not one of these fake ones from Carolina. Real from Hartford.
Well, now that you're speaking Carolina, I can fill you in that the Tar Heels are 13 at home after beating Syracuse tonight, but that's going to end Saturday when the Duke Blue Devils invade Chapel Hill and annihilate them Tar Heels.
All right, so that's a perfect lead-in for you. There you go. You're a resident North Carolinian.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
Come on, here's your chance. He set you up beautifully. Come on. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You've only got one hate in this whole entire 2 hours and 11 minutes. I'm a little disappointed. I thought for sure there'd be a Matt Kachuk hate. I thought for sure. I mean, there's so many opportunities to get more hates in there.
Yeah, guys, y'all missed it. The new thing is the hair flip.
Look, okay.
We are on like 13 hair flips.
Oh, twisting it.
Yeah, that's
Midnight. My daughter has been doing that since birth, and I have not been able to shame it out of her. So if you mentioning this on the show can get you to shame her out of touching her hair as much as she does, there could be cash prizes coming your way.
Look, Midnight, you wish you had this luscious hair, okay? Look at all this. Dad, you're bald. Don't even talk.
Yes, they
had this hair.
They had that.
Hold on. Ready?
Wish they had this.
No. We're bringing out proof here, okay? Look, this is a picture.
Now where your screen froze us there right now. It's not good.
No. This is a picture of me. Like
Right,
I'm a baby, and my dad has already lost his hair.
Oh shit!
Y'all wish you had this. Look at me.
I remember him back then.
But you know what that means to your future, Sarah.
Showtime. For us who have known your dad, he hasn't aged.
Unfortunately, I have a
That's
terrible
true.
disease to be bald, so
I hear it's every other generation.
Thank you, Jack.
It's every other generation.
Oh boy. Boy, we took a quick little detour. Boy, to borrow a line from Anchorman. Well, that escalated quickly.
It sure did.
She got hot. The guy had a trident.
And yet there still wasn't even a hate in there. I'm kind of like I said, it's just only one
What
hate
am I
for the
gonna
whole
say?
entire.
What am I
I
gonna
don't know.
like, it's my hair. Like what?
I was waiting for something.
You're
like a
just
hate
jealous.
Mac
You guys
or
are all just jealous, okay? Just
Jelly.
I mean,
We're all jelly. Oh boy.
I'm on your side,
All right.
girlfriend.
We're officially off the rails, I think, at this point in time. So, All right, with that, I think it's time to say goodbye. Oh boy. Yep.
You got to
Sure.
see mine one day. I put on every Redskin hat I ever owned one show.
You did.
And
That
then-
was hysterical.
At the end, I had like 9 of them on at one time. So yeah, good one, good bit.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Don't get me started now.
we've officially lost the show. So, well, the whole goal of this show was to hopefully get you guys, everyone, excited for the Olympics out there. So I hope it works. We'll be here on our regular drive time show back at 5 o'clock next Monday. We'll start breaking down the results as everything keeps you going and keep you posted on stuff. But I think with that, folks, it's time to say adios and good night. So remember, tell your loved ones that you love them because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Make sure that you give them a hug. And Sarah will flick her hair. I don't know what Scooter is doing. And it is
He's an
just
80s
time.
rock star.
It's something there. All right. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you guys later.
Scooter's
Midnight.
got
Thanks for
draws.
jumping on with us. Yeah, this show's officially.
Your
This
crew is
show's
wild.
officially. All right. We're done. Bye.